electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I'll tell you do get some insight into how things go when you pay attention to other places. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page where you should be watching the show locked in, leaving your comments, being a part of it. Subscribe to the ESPN New York channel. Good morning, Bartholomew.
What up? What up? You wonder if, like, in a meeting somewhere, Dayball was like, man, this roster ain't good at all, man. And Shane, it's your fault.
Hey, it is amazing, isn't it? We're gonna bounce around today because it's a day where you can bounce. You can float around topic to topic.
Someday.
I mean, the Mets made a trade to get Luis Robert. We can discuss that. We can discuss the latest Mel Kiper Jr. mock draft that has the Jets taking Ty Simpson. Whew.
Not
at the second,
33rd? At 33rd?
No. At the 16th pick, not at the first pick. They got him at the number 2 pick, taking Arvell Reese. We'll get to that later. Yeah. Sit tight. Relax. Everybody calm down. I do think we have plenty on the Knicks. Jonathan Macri is going to join us later. We've had Jonathan on before from Knicks Film School. Over the last week, I have genuinely been worried about his welfare because he feels like it's all crumbling in front of him. And I really want to get the pulse of him and the Knick fan right now and his insight on this, too, because the dude's locked in every single freaking day.
Mike Brown, where you at?
I do want to spend a few minutes here just what you mentioned at the beginning. You look at what has gone on in Buffalo, and it's easy to see how Joe Schoen has a job.
Got the press conference.
It really is. So just to back up for a moment, and I'll get some sound here in a second from Lou Riddick this morning, who was on with Rick and Dave, and him talking about what went on in Buffalo and the issues that popped up and how exactly Brandon Beane gets promoted, not fired, promoted, and a coach gets fired with the success that he's had when that coach, in fact, helped bring in Brandon Beane. And then you see how Joe Schoen is still employed. And
it's always your own people.
Yeah. And Brian Daboll is not.
And who was Schoen to Brian Daboll? His own people. Be your own people, man. Like, yeah, we saw that. Jay-Z did it to Dame Dash. He did it to Dame Dizass, Uncle Dame. You know, everybody's out there. You think it's a team? Ain't no I in team. What team? I'm the team. Strong side, left side, my ass.
And you might be saying, like, okay, it's the Bills. Who cares? No, it's a bigger issue here for the moment.
It's really the dynamic and why Harbaugh fought for power.
Yep. And why we are where we are right now.
Correct. That's why Harbaugh, like, hell no. You ain't be out there pillow talking while I'm down there on the battlefield fighting wars while you up there talking about it, making it seem like everything you did was right. Hell no.
So this is how this goes. And I need you to correct me in something that you might hear that I say that is wrong. And please enlighten me as such. But my read on the situation as to how these things go. You're in Buffalo. You're not getting over the hump for several years. You're Brandon Beane. You have the coach who helped bring you in Sean McDermott. He had his little misstep in whatever he said a few years ago that involved that controversy with 9/11. He got past that.
Yeah.
Everybody universally acknowledges him as a very good coach. And yet, this year, you have a situation where he has come and apparently told the owner and told the GM, here's what's wrong with our team right now, and here's why we're not getting over the hump.
Yeah.
And that, in essence, was not saying the GM's at fault. It was, here's what we just don't have, and here's what we kind of need.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You just going to call me out in front of the owners like that?
But there's a difference. Please tell me.
I raise you one.
Please tell me there's a difference, though. Let's start here. when you are having an honest conversation in front of the GM and the owner, you're not sitting there and pointing the finger at that guy. You're saying, hey, we do need a couple of different things here that we don't have, and we need to figure out how we do this. And so when I'm talking about this, remember who Joe Schoen learned from, and that's Brandon Beane.
Yeah.
And so when Brandon Beane then turns around and is like, oh, really? It's about what we don't have?
I'm doing it in front of your face now. It's not like I'm going behind your back. I'm not pillow talking. I'm not ear hustling. I'm saying, hey, man, listen, this roster, we're going to try and win this thing, and Josh is going to have to be one hell of a run. It's going to have to be this offense and this cape and Joe Brady, because on defense, man, we're not even beautifully flawed. We flawed, right? We really can't get to the passer. We're good at playing – in this nickel coverage and saying, okay, at least we can take one thing away. But, the issue could be, that Brandon Beane has drafted 56 players. Only 2 was made to the Pro Bowl. Remember Ebenezer? Remember,
A.J. Epinesa.
Yeah, Epinesa. Remember how great he was supposed to be?
Gregory Rousseau the same year.
Yeah. Remember how great he was supposed to be.
Yep.
I think he came from what?
Iowa.
Wisconsin? Okay, Iowa.
Yep.
Right? He was a first-round draft pick or something.
Yes, he was.
That, right?
Yeah. He's either first or early 2.
Greg Rousseau?
Yep. He was Miami pass rusher.
Yeah.
And a guy, but also a guy that, if memory serves, and I could be wrong, had some injury issues in college where the last season, I think his best season was his season before he came into the league. In other words, if you want to look at it this way, whether or not it was his actual junior year, what you would consider his junior year as opposed to his senior year, where I don't know that he played all that much his last year in college. And so you brought these guys in.
Landon Jackson.
They're not getting enough pressure on the quarterback.
Maxwell Harrison was their first-round draft pick this year.
Who?
Never heard of him.
Here's the point.
He's picked 30.
Think about this for a moment. With those names that you're saying, 56 players and 2 Pro Bowlers. Who are the 2 Pro Bowlers? Deion Dawkins?
Probably.
Did they draft Dawkins?
Nah, because Beane has been there how long?
So McDermott was there 1 year before Beane.
So he's been there 8 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they drafted Deion Dawkins.
I think they did, but I'm not positive.
Is Tre'Davious White maybe in there?
Tre'Davious White would have been 16.
Well, he's been in the league
16 draft.
He was there 18. He's been 8 years.
Or not 16 draft, 17 draft. So it might have been McDermott's first year, but I think he wasn't there yet.
Yeah, so I don't know who those 2 Pro Bowls are.
Well,
Josh Allen is one. Josh Allen is one.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other one is.
James Cook?
Maybe it's one of the special team players.
I mean, James Cook make the Pro Bowl? I assume.
Yeah.
Maybe it's him.
Yeah, them 2.
Here's the point. How does this all tie into the Giants? Well, what Brandon Beane did, clearly, is get in the owner's ear and stay in the owner's ear. And I know how to fix this.
Befriended him.
We're completely lost on all of this. And what do you know? That guy gets promoted. Now, you look at what happened with the Giants. It's very interesting when you see how Brian Daboll got cut loose and Joe Schoen did not, and we believe in the young core that he has put together. Well, what young core is he selling him on other than the quarterback?
Who was singled out and by the quarterback by Daboll.
Why are we giving all of the credit for somebody that we think can be the guy, but very easily could not be the guy? We do not have the answer on that yet. Why does he immediately get the credit to stay? John Harbaugh, this is the best thing that's happened to the Giants in decades. I mean, outside of Eli Manning, you know what I mean.
Because he can't talk his way out of Harbaugh's fault.
Harbaugh knew exactly what he was dealing with. I saw Tom Coughlin on with my guy John Schmelk, who works with the Giants, on a video thing yesterday. And Tom, the first time he talked to Harbaugh, all Harbaugh was picking his brain about was the structure of how things work.
Yep.
And who answers to who and all of that. Harbaugh just made sure that you're not going to end up in a disastrous situation for the next several years, not just by him being here, but you're not going to end up in a drama-filled room in the behind the scenes with Joe Schoen still having major say in what's going on.
I want to say Dayball has some type of connection to Baltimore. It's something. Maybe it's through Alabama, through Ozzie. I want to say he had some maybe he coached there before.
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's something there. I guarantee you he's going to get to the bottom of this, and he's going to call Dayball and ask him what was his experience with Joe Schoen.
Listen, I think that the biggest thing here is that everybody had their smiles on yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
But John Harbaugh is in charge completely.
Want to see who the leaks are.
Made sure that Joe Schoen is not going to have any say over him, because clearly at some point along the way, within the last year, Joe Schoen was able to get to the owners or get in the right ear of somebody and convince them that what I'm doing is not what he's doing. And that what we're doing is not what he's doing right now. And that's why he had to go. This was your guy, too. Let's never acknowledge that, Joe Schoen. This was your guy. They hired you. You hired him from Buffalo. You had been together for years.
Hey, listen. Somebody had to go. It wasn't going to be me, man. I had to save myself.
And Lou Riddick said this morning, and I loved it. You find out about people when things are at their best and when things are at their worst.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You find out who people are in those two instances.
Boy, it reveals themselves.
And I don't know this for certain, but Lou has worked in some front offices before where that kind of stuff certainly happened. Like, you pay attention to places around the league. Like, look at Howie Roseman in Philly. That's a guy that got banished.
Demoted.
He got banished to the other side of the building, and when he came back, that's never happening to me again.
Damn straight. And now with them 2 Super Bowls,
yeah,
he untouchable.
Exactly.
So now he can backstab anybody.
Exactly. Which is why in Philadelphia, the coach, not all that important.
Yeah.
You should. I can't believe I'm actually going to say
Roseman gets all the credit for everything.
He does. And you should be thankful that you're not in the situation that the Philadelphia Eagles are right now, if you're the Giants. And it's not a knock on Howie, because they've had all this success doing it his way, and he has been masterful at protecting that.
But whenever that starts to go bad, like it started going to Bill Belichick, will you be able to recognize it?
But it's also been drama-filled.
Oh.
You know, and they have thrived in some of that, and in other cases they haven't. The Giants, when they have been great and a great organization, they have never been about drama. They have been about straightforward kicking somebody's ass. And that's what they are right now. Some teams, some personalities of teams function differently in different scenarios. I guess my point about all this is, as I get to everything that happened in Buffalo this week and everything that has happened with the Giants, I couldn't feel better about John Harbaugh. And I know we all felt great anyway, but it even instilled a little bit more of, you know what? The adult is in the room right now.
Yeah.
And he's going to be calling the shots.
Snitches get stitches. Straight up. Yeah. Go tell on me. He going to tell me that you told on me. How about that? I think Shane numbers are numbered.
Days are numbered.
Yeah. Harbaugh can't, if he talks to Dayball and he feel like some snaking was going on, he can't feel confident about that. I mean, he knows that there's nothing he can do to get it, but you know, when you came from Baltimore until this last story came out about Lamar Jackson, who was pumping that to Mike Preston, like it had been a tight ship. You know, we hadn't seen or heard from the owner in 7 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, everything was copacetic. He can't go to no environment. He can't respect a dude like that. We used to have this thing that we used to put up in the bathroom, CIA. We used to put CIA saying we got people out here sneaking, like, out here snitching to the reporters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see Harbaugh even respecting somebody who allegedly or, could have backstabbed the person that was responsible for his success getting the job. It's not like he's done a great job either. He's done an okay job. We were probably getting, 55, 60%? We're not saying, man, this dude is masterful in building this football team. With all the draft equity they've had, with all the high picks that they've had in the last, they've had the losing this record, one of the losing this record, so they've picked second, third, fifth. Have they had a pick outside of the top 10 in the last decade?
I would need to go back and look at the entire. They have, but I would need to go back and look at the entirety of it.
So
they've had a lot of top 10
So from
picks. 2016
on, I don't think they've picked outside the top 10.
I mean, think about it. I think they have. From 2016 on, they've had bad years, but it hasn't. There have been a couple where it hasn't been completely disastrous. And obviously, they made to the playoffs a couple of years ago where they won a playoff game. Yeah. So, they were in better
year
spot.
They picked out a top 10.
Right. Well, but I think there were a couple of them. But they've had, here's your point, and it's fair. They've had plenty of top 10 picks. Kayvon Thibodeau, top 10 pick.
Who's responsible for letting McKinney go? When I look at the Seattle Seahawks, I see Love balling out.
Joe Shane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I see Love balling out. I see Leonard Williams balling out.
Now, you can answer this better than me on McKinney. What had to do with the fact that McKinney went to Green Bay and it was a different system? Did that play to his strengths more to turn him into an all-pro?
Well, they've had 25 different systems since he left. So maybe you would have lucked into the one that made him a star.
Look who made him a star, by the way. Jeff Hafley, who is now the Dolphins coach.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? You mean tell me that we knew he was talented. They just didn't want to pay him the money. I
just want you to, for a moment, listen to Lou Riddick here from this morning and take into account, as he's describing the Buffalo situation, how it pertains to the Giants.
The whole idea that coaches and general managers who come in together in particular, that they are not tied together and that you can somehow determine that one person was more responsible for a team's downfall or their ultimate success over the other is just bizarre to me. Because what that tells me is, like, behind the scenes, somehow, some way, like, owners ultimately make those decisions. And somehow, some way, the message that he was getting was not a very unified message. There's just no way, because they're not involved every day. Owners aren't involved every day, unless you're Jerry Jones, I guess. Owners aren't involved every day as far as the ins and outs of roster construction, skill development, game plan construction. They don't know how all that stuff goes. They just don't. They can say they do, but they don't. And so they're getting their information secondhand. So when that kind of thing happens, and not only does the general manager stay, but get a promotion. And then you wind up hearing things, I was reading things last night about that particular situation where maybe Sean felt as though that there were certain areas on the roster that they were deficient and that, ownership didn't necessarily agree with that, or that maybe the general manager, Brandon Beane, didn't agree with that, and that caused some concern, or that caused some, a little bit of a rift in their relationship. Well, yeah, then you can start piecing things together and go, well, maybe this doesn't surprise me that this happened. And now, I can't confirm that. That's not my information. That's something that I was reading last night, and that was starting to circulate, and there were people who were speculating about that anyway. But I think it's terrible situation when that kind of thing happens, because that just tells me there was probably cracks in the foundation from the get-go, and that kind of thing sucks.
Not well received in Buffalo, too. So much so that they got to have a press conference, not to announce their new head coach, to address these things that's coming out. Not they leaking like the Titanic. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they'll let you know that, they don't want this to fester, and, like, the guy that's coming out to be the villain is Brandon Beane.
I'm with you. I think Joe Shane's days are numbered. Here he is yesterday. It's only slugged, sounding nervous.
When we set out, we were looking for a proven winner and an elite leader. We're fortunate we were able to find both. John Harbaugh's amassed 193 career victories, 13 playoff wins, and a Super Bowl championship. John has built a foundation of culture, player development, and toughness throughout each of his programs that he's been a part of. He's a proven winner.
Is he on the treadmill?
Hang on.
And when we set out to do this, we knew that John was going to be the perfect person for the New York Giants.
Was that a written statement? Why did he sound out of breath?
That was definitely written, but that's okay. I mean, those things are for press conferences. They are written.
Why did he sound out of breath?
I think he was nervous.
Why was he stuttering?
Listen, I have trouble judging people when they're up talking in front of other people with an audience like that. That was a big. Again, we've
heard him talk before.
Hang on. I'm not cutting him loose of any responsibility. I'm saying I have seen people who are generally impressive people who don't do well in those spots.
Man, he sounded like G Money sound when Nino came in with the pit bull after the Carter got burnt down. He had the Rottweiler. He let him off the chain. He was jumping the rope.
Yeah.
I got nothing. $1 million damn business. Brandon shirt to Rebel. Now who gonna pay for this? Stabbed him in the hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, he sound real nervous, man.
Here's a little more.
We set out to get coach with a resume. We got that.
Here's a little bit more on Harbaugh possibly having the final say on personnel.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about that. Everywhere I've been in the league for 26 years. So everywhere I've been, the head coach and general manager work together. That's the only way it's going to work. And get on the same page, go through the process. Again, we've done it everywhere I've been. So I'm not worried about it. Like you said, that's just, something on a piece of paper doesn't matter. We need to work together, and we're going to come to the, final conclusion. And it's always going to be about what's best for the New York Giants. So I have no problem with that, and, I'm looking forward to working with him.
When it comes to, I wanted somebody to say, when it comes to Brian Daboll, did you order the Code Red? You want the truth? I want answers. You can't handle the truth.
All of this to say,
ordered the Code Red on his own.
That board. They are in a much better situation today, and I'm not worried about it. Initially, I think part of why he stayed was certainly had to do with the administrative part of putting it all together, but it reinforces to me how fortunate they were to be in this spot. And I can tell you this thing too. I even would today say that they're more fortunate that they got John Harbaugh than Mike McCarthy here. And the reason I say that is just the personality. I feel like
don't speak up for yourself real
the
quick.
knock on McCarthy, he's won.
He take it.
But he might take it a little bit.
Took it from Jerry Jones.
And so that would increase the likelihood of the chatter behind the scenes in somebody's ear with Shane. That's all. I don't think Shane's a factor anymore. I don't think it's a factor.
He's not a factor backer?
I don't think so.
It's going to be interesting, man. Like,
Giants are in a great position right now.
Yeah.
Haven't made this move.
Because Harb's he know he walking a mile. He walking a green mile. I give him one season.
They did ask him if he received a contract extension. My guess would be he did not reveal any specifics there, but here's the question.
I'm not going to get into that. Again, I'm looking forward to working with John, and, again, it's going to be a collaborative effort. Him and I already had great conversations, and, again, just attack the coaching staff first. That's what we're going to do, and then free agency and the draft. So looking forward to that.
Just remember, at the end of all of that negotiation, he recused himself. He got out the way.
How many years he has left on his contract?
I think he only had one more. That's why everybody's been asking him why he.
No, he's the lame duck.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into whether I got an extension or not.
Quack, quack. And if they want to show him some love, they might just give him a 1-year extension.
I thought they might have just done that anyway. Yeah. It just to make it feel a little bit better.
If Daboll wasn't interviewing for a head coaching job, I guarantee he'd be speaking.
Well, I'm
surprised we haven't seen him on some of these.
The only way Daboll would be speaking is if he was, and he's got a little Rex in him, but if he was looking to do TV or looking to do something else, otherwise,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, he's never going to say anything negative when he's trying to get another head coaching job.
Right,
and he might be the guy in Buffalo for Pete's sake.
Right, but if you don't get that and he become a coordinator,
think about all of that now tied in all together, and he may end up in Buffalo.
Yeah, what was he? No, was Joe Brady the quarterback's coach when he was there? Was Joe Brady there?
No,
Joe Brady was
Dorsey
in Carolina?
was. Joe Brady was in Carolina, and he was also at LSU before that.
Right, okay. Yeah. That's right, with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think Brady was with Matt Rule at Carolina for a bit.
Gotcha.
I believe. 800-919-3776. We're just getting started. And this is a day where we've got a lot of different topics that we're going to get into. I do want to ask.
Don't be hiding from them Knickerbockers.
Do.
They need all the smoke.
No, we're getting into the Knicks.
Detroit basketball.
Oh, God. Getting into the Knicks does not mean we talk about the Pistons. By the way, and I don't want to confirm anything yet, but there's been some rumors. There's been some things that have been floating around regarding a potential Bart and Carlin watch party for Knicks Pistons next month sometime. That possibly could happen. I don't know for sure that it's.
I was hanging out with my boy Juwan Howard last night. That was my hero.
You were with Juwan Howard last night?
Yeah, we have dinner from time to time.
Okay, I didn't know that you knew him. I didn't know. I tell you, your personal life can get a little bit mysterious sometimes with the people that you know.
You're very.
Oh yeah, I sent a bottle to George Blaha. What? Yeah, we were at the same bar at the top of the Ritz-Carlton.
It was his birthday. It was his birthday. You very, very, very sneaky, son.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Now, I am loving the Rams, so you can apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. 21 and over and physically present New York option required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Busy morning northbound Cross Island Parkway in Queens at Hempstead Turnpike by the arena. An accident blocking the left lane. BQE southbound West 278. An accident by Metropolitan Avenue being cleared. In Rockland, Palisades Parkway southbound Middletown Road exit 10. An accident. Left lane is blocked. The thruway southbound side to the Tappan Zee Bridge. Broken out truck center lane. New Jersey westbound Route 78 closed. The express lanes out by the Parkway. Jackknife tractor trailer. Local lanes are open, but you're socked in from at least the turnpike. NJ Transit 15-minute delays and all trains in and out of New York's Penn Station. George Washington Bridge 1 hour delays. Lincoln and Holland tunnels about 25 to 30. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Looking for the best meat and seafood at unbeatable prices? Get to Wild Fork Foods. They offer the widest selection of meats and seafoods you'll find anywhere. Everything is blast frozen to lock in flavor and nutrients. From beef and poultry to seafood, pork, and even exotic and game meats, you'll get the best value for your buck. Visit one of their 7 locations across Long Island and New Jersey, or order online for same-day delivery at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork Foods, your neighborhood's meat and seafood market.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too, someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino, law, bite back.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts tonight at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's cheers and tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27 and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Here's a little nugget for you. Not really breaking news. Kind of breaking news, but this is from our old friend Diana Rossini from The Athletic. The Eagles are conducting their offensive coordinator search with the understanding that Brian Daboll wants the Bills' head coaching job. If he doesn't land it, he is expected to wind up in Tennessee as the offensive coordinator for Cam Ward and the Titans, per sources. So that's interesting. He's out with the Eagles. I heard Diana on WIP in Philly yesterday, and I believe she said, if I'm not mistaken, when asked if the Eagles' offensive coordinator job was an attractive one, no, that it's not.
Why? Because A.J. Brown might get mad and piss off?
Well, I need to go back and listen to it again, but if you think about it, I kind of get it, because what we were talking about earlier, they're very much a drama-filled place. They always have something going on. Howie Roseman's in charge, and if the Eagles had a bad year, could you see a scenario where Sirianni got fired? I certainly could.
Yeah, and then maybe Daboll can move in as the coach.
I don't know that would happen, though, because if they had a bad year, good chance it's because the offense didn't come together. They've got entirely too much talent on defense, and they've got a quarterback who is absolutely seemingly unconcerned about whatever is going wrong.
He won his Super Bowl.
That's kind of how it feels.
They got 10 million in salary cap space. They
without doing anything yet.
Yeah, they got money to spend. I expect them to trade A.J. Brown, though.
You would think so.
You got to think that they believe that they can get a good receiver in the draft.
You would certainly think so. 800-919-3776. All right, let's start with you on the show. It's Frank in Newark to begin today. Hello, Francois. What's up, baby?
Yesterday, good afternoon, guys. Good morning, actually. Yesterday, when the press conference was coming up, it was just such a relief to hear Joe Shane shaking in his voice coming from. I understand the question, to hear him now. I was laughing, but at the end of all of that, I was almost. If I was the reporter, I wanted to play devil's advocate when he said that the coach and the GM work together. They're a team effort. I wanted to play devil's advocate and say, so how do you explain firing Brian Daboll if you're all a team?
Exactamundo, right? He Roscoe Jenkins, team and me. I confess, he did it. Like he threw Daboll under the bus.
Yeah, exactly. And I looked at it, and a couple of weeks ago, I think it was during Don Hahn and Rosenberg. I was talking to Ty Butler. He said, unfortunately, when it comes to the GM, if you're going to get him for his demerits, you got to give him credit for his merits. And I looked at Ty Butler and I said, Ty, you can't even sound serious when you say that. Come on, man.
I don't understand how those draft picks don't go on his permanent record, how Banks don't go on his permanent record, how not Rondell Wyatt, not Rondell Robinson. Who's the other guy? Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
I don't know how those things don't go on the resume, bro.
They do. They have to.
He didn't have to take credit for it.
But this is the thing. Like, we point to it all.
And now Harbaugh may save him.
But as it shows up, and this was part of my big argument yesterday on Mendoza, and why I'll kind of stick to it a little bit. It's all about the quarterback. It's everything. Joe Douglas had really good drafts. He didn't get the quarterback right. He's out. Joe Shane had some bad drafts, except for the last two, which, by the way, the one 2 years ago now does not look as immaculate as it did before, but still, point being, like, his drafts have not been anything to write home about, but so far they believe they have the quarterback.
And they've been high, too. I mean, oddly enough, Dart, they moved back in the first round to get him. Evan Neal, they got to get a right tackle, too. Especially if they want to play John Harbaugh type of football.
Yeah.
They got to get a Mauler at right tackle.
That's what his brother went in and did immediately.
You guys better hope.
L.A.
You guys better hope he don't bring Falele over here. He would drive you crazy.
What do you mean?
The guard from Baltimore?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going to be cut, though. You better hope he don't bring. He's like 6'8" from Minnesota, 6'8", 370 or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
They hate him in Baltimore.
Why?
He's like a turnstile. Can't block no damn body. Does get Lamar Jackson killed.
Well, no, so maybe they won't be bringing him back. It won't be. If that's the case, I would assume he's not bringing him here.
He could.
I hope not.
He's big for the run game.
So am I.
He started off as left tackle. He's like 6'8", 6'9", like 360. He started for the Ravens. You might say, hey, man, I need that big body to come off so we can play that ground and pound.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, you can go there and make your comments right now. Franchise checking in, 1312 breaking news. Carlin, if you're talking about the Knicks, you're talking about the Pistons. Bart is always putting Pistons cheese on the taco.
Well, when now I can't think of the coach's name. Secondary coach for the Pistons. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Start with a B. Anyway, the coach. Like, he spent time down here, like, in the offseason in ESPN.
You talking about Bickerstaff?
Yeah, Bickerstaff.
Yeah. He said secondary coach. I'm like,
no.
What? Okay.
I know it's his name. He's just, like, second. His dad. Yeah.
Okay.
He took that Knicks game real personal. Like, they said he was highly upset. Like, clearly, like, he won't get back.
Yeah. Well,
I just don't know if the Knicks will be there to get the get back.
Right now, it's an
Boston.
excellent question.
Could be Boston.
This is not going well. We're going to get more into that. Like I said, Jonathan Macri is going to join us. We'll take Nick calls today at 800-919-3776. First, it's Subi in Midtown next on ESPN New York. Subi, what's going on?
Yeah, you guys were mentioning the draft. It's very obvious who's going to be in control, Harbaugh or Shane, with who makes the fifth pick. Because if Harbaugh's telling Shane, I don't want to take a receiver, I want to do defense, then we're obviously going to know who's in control. And then regarding that draft pick, they can't really miss. Do you think that Harbaugh is going to pick his own defensive players and clear out even a Brian Burns? Or, the Abdul Carter watch is going to be funny because if he sleeps through one practice or is late, Harbaugh's not going to keep up with that. What's your opinion, Bart, about what type of defense Harbaugh is going to bring to the table, and if he can keep up with Abdul Carter's antics this year?
Don't think it wasn't outliers in Baltimore as well that did stuff. You know what I mean? Like Carter has some protections because of who he is and what he represents. Because eventually you got to move on from Kayvon Thibodeau, so you have to hold on. Because Burns is getting older. So, Abdul Carter would be up in 4 years. How old and how will Burns be playing now? So he still has power. What Harbaugh would try and do is probably try and empower him, embolden him to be a leader and say how much he needs him to be a leader and how responsible he needs him to be. He'll probably do that before he goes and he'll give him some grace because he knows he has to win him over.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page in moments. How this drama played out, I'd be interested to talk to Mike Tannenbaum about this here in a few minutes. ESPN's front office insider, all the drama up in Buffalo, and kind of how it relates to the Giants and the hiring of John Harbaugh. It's all next on ESPN New York.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
John Harbaugh. I wanted this job. I know the challenges. I understand the expectations. I know the fans are hungry for a winner.
That's the other thing I like, too, is just a guy that knows what it's like to coach when there's expectations.
What do you think realistically?
Year one. Probably want to get to above 500. I mean, potentially a wild card spot.
I think they're going to be a very competitive team.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Terry Pegula, the Bills owner, is meeting with the media right now.
He's going Tropic Thunder?
Along with Brandon Beane. He is, the word would be unhinged with some of the things that he's saying.
Or Tropical Thunder?
Barton Carlin, ESPN
He's going
New
Simple
York.
Jack?
It's up to you, man.
He going Simple Jack,
This
man.
is all on you.
He going Simple Jack.
Mike Tannenbaum is with us, ESPN NFL front office insider. Michael, how are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
We're outstanding. And, Mike, you know, it is fascinating watching this whole scenario play out in Buffalo where the GM gets promoted and the coach gets fired. So just take me through what it can be like politically behind the scenes with people who are trying to angle their ways positively, negatively, that kind of thing. Just, again, from a 30,000-foot view, so to speak.
Yeah, no, these are obviously tough decisions, tough time of year. I've been on both sides of that dynamic, where I've been retained, the other guy let go, where I've been let go, the other guy retained. It is surprising what happened, and I don't know, obviously, the conversations that were going on, but that team was really successful for a long time, and if one of 6 plays were different in that Denver game, including what I thought was a catch, not an interception, the Buffalo Bills are in the conference championship game. So, sometimes be careful what you wish for. Like, it's not the easiest thing to replace a head coach like Sean McDermott, who did such a good job.
To quote Steve Bisciotti, that just would have ensured him a job for a week. When you look at the what's going on there, like how does the owner, or when you have these fights between not fights, debated, discussions, when one side really wants a player and the other one really don't, and the coach wins maybe because he's in the newlywed phase. Like, ultimately, is that something that's already always kind of like stored to the side to come back up? Because it seems like the Keon Coleman, when he talked about the roster, the Keon Coleman stuff is the biggest thing that, all of a sudden you wanted Keon Coleman, but he's drafted 52 players and only 2 Pro Bowlers.
Yep. So one of the signs we had up in the facility was, "In God we trust, for everyone else we need data." And that really just stood for, let's be process driven. We're going to have disagreements. And sometimes what's really hard, guys, to be candid, it's not just the player, but, how much are we going to pay for him? And that's where, you just need a healthy partnership, because you're not going to go to the owner every time, hey, player X needed a little bit more. That's just not the way, it can happen practically. So you need really good alignment, and you just need to talk things through. And I feel like running a team, guys, the biggest part of my job description was making informed decisions with the head coach. Hey, if we're going to go over on this player, our starting guard is going to be a 3rd-round pick. So if we're concerned about our starting guard being a 3rd-round pick, we probably shouldn't, stretch on this other player in free agency. And you're having those conversations constantly.
How do you establish trust between Harbaugh and Shane? I know it's going to take time, but how do you establish trust when it seems like Harbaugh went out of his way to make sure that he gets last say on decisions, and he only reports to the person that's above the general manager, and they change the structure seemingly for him? How can you have a level of trust and not self-preservation?
I think, I've been, again, in situations where I was retained or whatever. You just come in every day, work hard, try to present really good information to make the best decisions possible. And I think you have to earn trust each and every day.
Mike Tannenbaum with us, ESPN NFL front office insider. You look at the Giants now with John Harbaugh. If you're looking at coordinators, who do you see as kind of ideal fits that could work well in the scenario? Not just Jackson Dart, but defensively as well. Does it have to be somebody Harbaugh is familiar with on both sides?
Not necessarily. Obviously, a lot of conventional wisdom about guys like, Todd Monken, for obvious reasons they've been together. And I do think it's healthy, for a staff to bring in, people with disparate backgrounds, some maybe even in college, just relative to new ideas. So I wouldn't be surprised, if he has a blend of, a fair amount of Baltimore, but, bringing in some new ideas and, knowing the Harbaughs, they're very smart, very open-minded, naturally inquisitive, and I think his staff will kind of reflect that.
Mike, take me through, when you look at the Buffalo situation and Josh Allen in this first part of his career where they haven't been able to get over the hump, why haven't they been able to get over the hump?
Again, the difference between winning and losing is incredibly thin. I know a lot was made, no Lamar this year, no Patrick, no Joe Burrow, this is their year. But, if you go back to, the last play before a half where Josh Allen fumbles the ball, if he takes a knee there, probably talking about the Buffalo Bills playing the Patriots this week to get to the Super Bowl. It's so hard. I've been to 3 championship games, and I can feel like yesterday tell you what happened in each of the ones that, why we lost. And I'm a little bit more stay the course because, they were incredibly successful for a long period of time. And if I was Buffalo, I would just really think twice before, do I really need to make major changes?
Well, a familiar face is come up in the news thread. Brian Daboll has been rumored to be potentially the head coach there. Can you go back home? Mike?
Yeah, I think you can. And Brian Daboll, for our audience, is a Buffalo native, grew up there, has reportedly a great relationship with Josh Allen. I work with Brian in New York. I know how he creates relationships. And I think that would make a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. And then, you figure out who his partner would be from the defensive side of the ball. But, one of the things about when you hire an experienced coach, guys, you're really letting the other team pay the tax for your experience. And that's not to say, hiring a first-time head coach doesn't make sense. But, in Brian's situation, I'm sure, his personality, there's a lot of lessons learned on what he would have done better or different, from his time with the Giants.
Mike Tannenbaum with us. Mike, I'm kind of fascinated by the Eagles' offensive coordinator situation. How do you view it? Is that still a good situation for a coordinator to go into when you've got drama around the quarterback and certainly around A.J. Brown? And, it seems like they thrive in more volatility than other organizations do.
I think part of that's the market. That's a similar market to New York, which is not for everybody. It's special when you win in Philly or New York. There's nothing else like it. And I think if I was a coordinator and I look at that offensive line, I look at a quarterback that was Super Bowl MVP and Saquon Barkley. Look, A.J. Brown may not be happy, but I don't think every receiver in the NFL is happy where they are. There's always going to be, 15 to 20% that you got to deal with, but there's a lot of great players, foundationally there.
On the flip side, we've talked about, outside of the head coaching race, some of the most fascinating races is the coordinator spot. And Mike McDaniel might go out to there with Justin Herbert with those two offensive linemen and Harmon and all that stuff. That can be a tremendous pickup. But for the Jets, we're still waiting on some defensive coordinator candidates, which I feel is just as important, trying to get the best out of Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson and try and rebuild the identity on the other side of the ball. We hear some familiar faces and names. You're familiar with Jim Leonard. You had him as a player. He's gone on to be a respected coach and coordinator. But if this is just Jim O'Neill, is this just Aaron Glenn trying to protect himself and insulate himself with guys that he's worked with before? Or what do you think would be the best name for that? Wink Martindale, Jim O'Neill, Jim Leonard, or trying to really throw a lot of money at a guy like Jim Schwartz, which we know is a proven commodity, but could be somebody that if you fail, you can feel like it's trying to become a head coach and maybe be your head coach.
I think the most important thing, Bart, is the process. Keep talking to people, keep learning, keep assessing what's in the market, and just keep going until you feel like there's the right fit. And that's, over time, that will serve you well. I just remember talking a lot to Mike Shanahan, who I think has hired and built staffs as good as anybody. Obviously he had his son, but he hired Mike McDaniel and Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur, and he was just really good at one after the other. They just talked about the rigor in the process and just keep going and keep watching film with coaches. And, I think taking your time makes a lot of sense. I know in this day and age, especially in New York, that's not always easy, but I think that's, well served to do it that way long term.
Yeah, but one reason to not do that, you fired your general manager early, is the fact that these are high commodities, right? These are high brand names, and they're going to start getting picked up pretty quickly, especially if other coaching staffs, head coaching positions get filled.
No doubt about it. And there's a number of teams looking, from obviously like someone we talked about to the Commanders, amongst others. I know Brian Flores is still a free agent as of today. So you do want to move fast, but again, you want to be thorough. And I don't take the lack of hiring somebody as a negative right now. Now, if we're sitting here in a week and 4 other guys have signed, they haven't signed somebody, that could be a different story. But, I think you're still in that sort of sweet spot of there's still a number of good candidates available.
Mike, appreciate it. We'll talk next week. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Mike Tannenbaum, ESPN NFL front office insider. Terry Pegula, the Bills owner, listen, just a little tidbit of some of the things that he's saying. Says the coaching staff pushed to draft wide receiver Keon Coleman, and that was never GM Brandon Beane's top choice in that situation. Quote, that was Brandon being a team player. He's taking heat over it. I'm here to tell you the true story. Oh, my God.
What about Ebenezer?
I don't know, man.
So he ain't going to take credit for the
And by the way,
52 of them?
Keon Coleman, still on the team.
If I'm Keon Coleman, I'm like, what's going on, man?
Listen, Keon has got his own problems this year. I mean, he's been sat out for games.
He crazy enough to say, cut me.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York. In moments, we check in on the status of the Knicks and the Knick fan in moments on ESPN New York.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts tonight at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite awards show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. You can pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it. Only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
With Progressive Customer Service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and everyday 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I love checking in on the Knicks with this guy because I've watched him. I watch him on Knicks Film School on YouTube, and if you don't, by all means, check it out. Jonathan Macri does a tremendous job as a Knicks fan, but also breaking down what's going on and what's going wrong.
The perfect person to ask then.
Well, and we've had him on before, and honestly, I have just seen some of the headlines on a couple of your videos the last week, and I'm genuinely worried about your personal welfare right now with the team having lost 9 of 11. How would you describe that, first of all, representing the Knicks fan? Are you in a stable place?
Funny you say that because the game, ended at 7:30 on Monday, and the post game, as you might have expected, ran a little long. So I didn't see my wife until yesterday morning, and she saw my face, and she's like, "Did somebody die?" And I didn't hear about it, and I said, "Yeah, the Knicks season, unfortunately." So you know what? It's been a touchy couple of days here, but got a game tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I can't think of any options.
All right, so are you now? Are you just describe yourself as a fan? First of all, are you one of the guys that will take it hard for a day or two, but then once game day comes, you're back on the beam, and a lot of the negativity disappears for a couple of hours until something goes wrong?
So 9 times out of 10, I am that exact sort of fan because I am pretty good, and I think this is one of the reasons that Knicks Film School resonates with people. I'm pretty good about putting the bad behind me and looking at all the reasons to be positive. The reason why I think I might currently be in that 1 out of 10 zone is because I think that there are some very real, very structural issues, not with the Knicks as a basketball team in terms of their mix of players. Like we've talked, the last time we talked about the things that made them imperfect and what have you. That's not what's holding them back right now. What's holding them back right now is they are a team of people who are a bunch of individuals. They don't seem to like each other either on the court or, frankly, from the reporting off of the court. And I don't know how in a sport where you need to be unified to achieve great things, how are they going to find their way out of that? It's going to take a lot of selflessness and introspection. And frankly, I'm not sure if they have all the personalities that are capable of doing that.
Has it become cliquey? Because we believe that you have the one side where the Villanova cats have a unbreakable bond, and Jalen and Josh. Is it simple as like OG and maybe OG and Cat has his people on one side, and it feels like Mitchell Robinson can kind of be on the outside? So how do you fix that, and how do you fix the Cat problem? Because that feels like the biggest thing that's going on the team right now.
Part of me that is actually kind of happy that this is out in the open now, because I think Knicks fans have long suspected that Cat was maybe kind of on his own wavelength. Obviously, Minnesota, very different situation, very different media market, where you could kind of, be a certain type of way, and that's not necessarily going to, come out in public. Now here, he's being openly challenged by his head coach. He doesn't really like that. And I think to answer your question about who, if anyone, is in Cat's corner, I think that's the problem right now. Because I think you saw, obviously, I know you guys have been talking about it, what happened with the Draymond situation during and after the Warriors game.
Yeah.
And if you're Karl Anthony Towns and you've been dealing with your coach not so subtly pointing to you as someone who could be doing better in these media post-game press conferences, whereas, I don't know, maybe you guys have heard something I haven't. doesn't seem like Mike Brown's always going out of his way to point to other people as things that they could do better. So you're in this state of mind now as Karl-Anthony Towns. Where are you turning? Why are you coming to work every day, whether it's to the practice facility or MSG, feeling like, hey, I know my teammates have my back today? I think that is part of the problem. And then on the other side of the coin, are the rest of the Knicks looking at him as someone that they could depend on in what they know is going to be a long road and, frankly, an uphill battle at this point to try to get, even back to the Eastern Conference Finals, let alone, competing for a championship.
What has happened to Cat's trade value then, if that's the case, if it was one, if they did want to make a move, with them complaining about what he doesn't do, doesn't that kind of hurt the product?
Trade? Are you asking me about like a Ford Pinto? Is that trade value? No, I don't mean to be glib here, but Karl-Anthony Towns makes $53 million. That is a lot of money, but we've seen big salaries get traded in the NBA before. The problem with, and I don't want to put all of your listeners to sleep, but the problem with this CBA that the NBA teams have to operate within now is it's as much about years as it is dollars. And the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns has another year after this at $57 million, and then a player option for $62 million the year after that, which you look at his play right now, I mean, I think you'd have to assume that he's going to at least think about picking that up. What team out there wants to make an investment in this player knowing that not only are there on-court issues, but what are we going to get if he's not happy in our locker room? So I think his trade value right now, to put it politely, is minimal. And to the extent the Knicks can move him, how are you going to move him for value and still remain competitive? And they were favorites, to get out of the East before the season. I'm not sure I see the trade where, the downgraded talent still leaves them in that position afterwards.
Jonathan Macri is with us, Knicks Film School on YouTube. Follow him on socials as well. Does a fantastic job. Where do you think this all went wrong? Because we think at the beginning of the year, outside of Cat, it seemed like everybody very early this season was enjoying playing for Mike Brown. And everything was going hunky-dory until about 15 games ago. So where do you think that this kind of took a turn for them?
I want to lean on one of my Knicks Film School colleagues, Sean Hardy, who made the point the other day that I think this situation was like, when you get a pane of glass that has a crack in it, and the crack can keep expanding, but the glass remains intact. And sometimes all it takes is a drop of water or something, not a lot, to make it get to the point where the whole thing shatters. And they had, in San Antonio, in the NBA Cup rematch, a game that they were up by about 10 points in the fourth quarter, and they absolutely disintegrated down the stretch. Mike Brown called that a gut check game afterwards. You never know because this stuff doesn't usually come out. There's something said in the locker room. But to pretend like these issues have not been present since the Towns trade and also the Mikal Bridges trade, let's call a spade, they made a major investment there. These guys, if you watched them over the second half of last year from January onward, I saw a group of players in terms of the starters who didn't look like they much cared for playing with each other then. So I think these issues have been there for a while. I think winning cures a lot of ills, but then sometimes all it might take is one or two losses, and then that snowball starts picking up steam down the hill, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
You know what's going to be said if they fall short of where Thibodeau fell. So at what point do we start holding, Mike Brown accountable? Because in Sacramento, it started off the same way. I know it was a little longer of a newlywed phase where he won, but some of the criticisms about him is that he doesn't get the respect from players. And I forgot how Matt Barnes or from the Up in Smoke put it.
Basically, the players aren't going to listen to him when it matters.
Right. So, when stuff starts going bad, people usually turn to Roscoe Jenkins' team and me. And maybe is that what we're seeing now? And how do they get out of this?
Well, in terms of what might happen to Mike Brown, I mean, look, the good news is the owner, incredibly patient man. James Dolan is going to sit back and he's just going to take this without any repercussions directed at anyone.
Yeah, when he left
in
at
the
halftime the other day down 30.
Yeah. No, he was getting a snack, and the lines at MSG they're pretty long. So look, Mike Brown, do I think he's on thin ice right now? Look, he's signed a 4-year, $40 million contract. They haven't even played 50 games yet. I think the way out of this is that these guys need to look at each other, if they haven't already done so, and look in the mirror and say, look, we're the most talented team in this conference. If we can even get to a finals, like look at how people in this city still talk about John Starks and Charles Oakley and obviously Patrick Ewing, Anthony Mason, these guys who they didn't even win the championship and they are still touted. Look at the 99 team, Latrell Sprewell, Allen Houston, Marcus Camby. If you make it to even a finals as a New York Knick, you will be remembered for the rest of your life. And they have the opportunity to do that. So what is it going to take? It's going to take them being selfless. It's going to take them being humble and say, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? Because the talent is there. Mike Brown, he could coach X's and O's. We saw that earlier in the year. They look like the best offense in basketball. Even defensively, and I know that's not their strong suit, they were the 11th best defense in the league going into that NBA Cup championship game. That was a month ago. It's not like we're talking about last season. So they have the capability. I don't think this is a situation where, they need to make this trade or that trade, unless the locker room is so broken that one or more people in there just needs to go because they are not going to get on board with this situation and do things the way they need to do.
Oh, the cross that you bear when you win that tournament strikes again. It's like the Madden curse.
Can we do away with this? I was happy when they won it. It was a cool thing. But I mean, my goodness, between the Knicks, the Bucks, the Lakers, all these teams.
It's like dating a Kardashian, man.
Yeah. Like I said, nobody's ruined more black athletes' career than the Kardashians.
Oh, my goodness.
Jonathan, appreciate it, brother. Thanks for popping on.
Thanks to you guys. I hope the next time I'm on slightly happier times.
I promise you we will not just call you when things are bad. I promise you that.
I mean, it's more fun, but that's okay.
That's all right. Jonathan Macri, Knicks Film School on YouTube. Check him out on socials. Jay Macri, I mean, he does a fantastic job with all this stuff. So I got some sound for you from Ramona Shelburne regarding the Knicks. This was on the NBA Today. 3 different sound bites. First one, on frustrations with Mike Brown, his hug with Draymond Green last week on the NBA Today. Here's Ramona Shelburne.
People know Kat and Draymond Green don't get along, right? We saw the podcast back and forth. We've seen that every single time they play. Mike Brown knows that, and yet after the game, when Draymond tripped Kat, and there was a foul called there, right? After the game, Mike was seen afterwards hugging Draymond Green and yucking. Now, listen, they won 3 titles together. From what I understand, that didn't land well. This hug, all that did not land well with a lot of folks there in New York. So I think in that locker room or even in the organization, that while you can understand why he might have something bond with Draymond Green, I don't think that landed well, especially in the middle of a losing streak.
Bro, I got more of a history with Draymond than I do with you. I've won 3 titles with him. We spent dog days. I was responsible for the defense, right? Wasn't he responsible for defense? Mm-hmm. And who's the defensive stalwart for the Golden State Warriors? That would be Draymond Green. So he probably have a special relationship. Man, if you don't get out of here with that, because I hugged
just
him.
Ask you this,
like
though?
Cat be kikiing and hugging everybody. Like so when you go to Minnesota and you hugging Rudy Gobert, we supposed to get beef?
Hang on, though. He just played you the entire game. Draymond just completely did his thing the entire game and made Cat look silly during that game. I do understand being a little bit annoyed with the coach hugging up his ex who just completely played me for 40 minutes. I thought we were together now. I thought we're on the same team now.
Bro,
and all I'm hearing is, and I'm not defending Cat here, but in that spot, I understand why it might annoy him a little bit, because it'd be like your ex coming around and then, tripping your new girlfriend.
But this your ex.
And then she's getting a little annoyed about it. I get it.
But this your ex and you got 3 kids. a little different. We got 3 kids together, man. That's always going to be.
But she gets away. She gets away with coming around and tripping me and all that kind of stuff, and pulling crap, playing me like that.
Then your big 7-foot ass do something about it. You scared of that 6'7" dude? You turn around and you smack the taste out of his mouth. I'll support that. I'll say, hey, things have a natural way of working themselves out. I'll support you. Why don't you stand up for yourself, you big Garfield kitty cat?
You know what that made me think of? Made me think that Brown even went and did it on purpose. He went and went for the hug and knew that it might annoy Kat. But I'm trying to get a bigger message across here when I'm saying all the negative stuff about you lately, that we need you to be tougher.
I much rather have you, man. I mean, Draymond, I wish we had you, brother.
No, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I need you to be a little bit more like this guy.
Exactly. You out here like Garfield or Snarf.
Okay.
From Thundercats.
Little more here. What happened following the loss to the Mavericks on Monday?
Yeah, you heard Jalen Brunson say that I'd be booing us too. Well, after the game, Jalen Brunson called a players-only meeting for all the guys in that locker room and said, guys, we got to stop looking to the coaching staff for answers. We got to stop looking elsewhere. The answers to what is wrong with us right now are right in this locker room. We got to look in the mirror. And it was, it was a longer meeting. A lot of people had something to say about what was going wrong. But this is a team that came in thinking they had a chance of it's finals or bust, right? They have those kind of expectations, and to fall to 25-18 right now, you could see them in the play-in if they keep going this way. That offense, which was humming, bottom 5 in January.
Right.
Attitude reflect leadership. Jalen Brunson might want to get some assists, buddy. Like Cade.
Like Cade. And then Ramona with more on Brunson calling that players-only meeting.
After the game, Jalen Brunson called a players-only meeting for all the guys in that locker room and said, guys, we got to stop looking at the coaching staff for answers.
This is basically the same, just a shorter version of it. Okay. Listen, do with that what you will, all of it. I would be genuinely worried about where the rest of this season is headed. Now, we don't need I'm not going to lie. We just went through complete crap of a football season with both teams. Absolutely horrible between the two of them. And now, when we're finally ready to turn the page to basketball, this is what we're looking at? I mean, you cannot bury us like this right now. But I'm not terribly optimistic at the moment about the situation.
They're going to make the playoffs. So
are they?
Yeah, come on, man.
I just told you yesterday, they're 3 games out of the 8 spot right now.
They're going to make the playoffs. What may have to change?
They might make the play-in.
What have to change? What will have to change? Maybe it's the expectations of how great we see this team being, and they got to take ownership of that. Same team. Same players as last year. It's amazing. We think that success, like I said, like anything, is not owned, is rented. And rents due every single day. And it's the hardest thing to manage is success. And they had success. And what happens is people like Bridges, like, man, Tibbs is gone. I need to start shooting more. I need more opportunities to get in the flow. Now it's throwing off the balance. Had balance last year, but everybody accepted their roles. You got to be a willing participant. Like, hey, we need more defense out of you, Cat. All right, well, let me sacrifice some of the energy I put on offense and give you the defense. Let my defense be offense. Being a great team is about compromise. And the problem is some people only like the script if it has them as cast as the hero.
Couple of the comments coming in on the YouTube chat, and by all means, go over to YouTube, watch the show on ESPN New York there. Luke Cornett punked Cat 2. That from Primo Sape.
Luke Cornett.
Who else? Let's see. Man, lost a lot of respect for Cat. He's soft. Johnny Blaze. Brunson isn't exempt from this. That from Tsunami. Cat doesn't deserve to play on the Knicks. Knicks currently in 3rd behind the injured Celtics. But look at what's beneath them. That's more of the issue. Everybody is right there. And you talk about seeing this thing fall apart quickly, man, it could get out of hand quickly. 9 of 11 can very quickly become 16 of 20 or 17 of 20.
Now, the thing is, they have a semi-favorable schedule. Now, if they lose to Brooklyn. They lose to Brooklyn.
Well, they got to win tonight.
They lose to Brooklyn. Like, wait a damn minute.
listen, they may make the play in. Let's not take for granted that they're definitively in a top 6 spot.
In Miami, where's Miami in the rankings?
I don't know. I'll just look it up and be your personal Google again.
Well, I thought you actually had the standings up. That's why.
No,
Miami is 23-21.
Yeah, they're beneath them.
No, but I'm saying where are they in the standings?
They are currently 8th in the standings. They are 2.5 back.
Because they get a guy like, listen, I'm talking about teams that can still improve their team.
Right.
And the John Morant rumors, that's a dynamic, explosive. Oh, I would love to see him and Brunson go at it.
John Morant in Miami, do you like that?
Yes, because they're going to give him discipline. We know Pat Riley and Spoelstra. Spoelstra is still considered, in my opinion.
Oh, he's still a great coach.
I think he's still considered the best coach.
Yeah.
Like X and O's wise, schematically wise. Now, they just haven't been able to attract the superstars that they've been trying to get for the last couple of years. But you put a guy like John Morant that's capable of putting that type of work in or those type of volume points up with Bam Adebayo, they probably get rid of Tyler Hero and to be able to do that. That's dangerous.
Knicks are currently 25-18 in the 3 spot. Raptors right behind them, 26-19. But they're even, but technically that's in the loss column. What?
Haven't heard from this guy in a while. Interesting.
Kev?
Yeah, with my top 10 list. I think Kev came at me at my top 10 list, too.
Let's get to Kev on the island. What's up, bud?
No, not Kev. What Kev? Who? What Kev? What Kev? What Kev, Chris?
African-American Kev.
This is Black Kev. Dog, what's up?
You're just trying.
That wasn't me.
He's just
what's going
trying.
On? What's going on, Black Chris?
He's just trying.
Yeah, melanated Chris.
It's hard being this white.
Fellas, I got so turned off when I heard about this players only meeting called by Brunson and Bart. You hit it right on the head. Yo, dude, do me a favor. The next slick pass that you make for an assist might be one of the first ones you've made in a couple of games. Stop it. Don't, all the points that you make, all the points that he scores, that's fantastic. Go stop somebody. Go stop Cade Cunningham when you on him. Oh, my bad. He's not going to stop Cade Cunningham because he can't stop Cade Cunningham. Go stop any of those elite point guards. Oh, again, he can't. How about going after Mikal Bridges? I cannot. Mikal Bridges is just Kevin Knox 2.0. I am so disgusted with that dude.
Come on, that's a little harsh. That's a little much.
Dude. Hey, Chris,
Kevin Knox.
Check this out. Chris, my girlfriend who knows something about basketball, even she's screaming at the TV, what is the matter with that dude? I'm only I'm 5'1", and I'll take it to the paint and take a little bit of contact. This dude shies away from contact so much, it is disgusting to watch. He fades on every single shot. You got to be kidding me. I cannot take this look at this guy play anymore. It's disgusting.
So, Kev, if I'm hearing you correctly, I had a top 10 list, and I had Cade Cunningham in front of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
Are you saying
You're right.
am I a truth teller?
Yeah, hell yeah, most definitely.
Huh,
I told you that there was a conversation that we had last season, and I told you that if I had a choice right now, it all comes down to this. You ask a bunch of GMs and you say, if you're starting a team, it all starts with the same sentence. If you're starting team.
What about Maxey?
There you go.
What about Maxey? Because I took a lot of slack because I put Maxey up there. Oh, yeah. Way to cut me off, Chris.
You had 2 minutes. I mean, how long? Isn't that a Black Kev show?
I just wanted to get my Maxey thing in there because
you mentioned Maxey.
I sat there and argued with Ty Butler for 3 days, and the whole New York metropolitan area came after me.
Well, that's what you wanted. That's what you wanted.
I just said he wasn't top 10.
I know.
And I like the Knicks. I'll be going to a game pretty soon.
When they play the Pistons?
Probably.
Yeah, not probably. David, up next, Elizabeth. What's up, D? How you doing, bud? David.
He definitely underwater today.
D.
His boss called him in. His boss was like, hey, what you doing? Hey, no. Here I go, coach. Here I go.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, we have audio files coming in just moments. Somebody thinks that you can look back now and say Robert Saleh's tenure here, maybe not as bad as you think it is. You'll hear that in just moments. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page, where you can leave your comments and we will get them in.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then?
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with their award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a Pepper thing.
Chat is blowing up over on ESPN New York's YouTube page. Go there, leave your comments. Tsunami calling Bart a troll. Primo Sabe, Bart, you lie.
What? Where's the lie?
This keeps coming up, and it's so clear that the ultimate downfall in all of this, when you look back, is going to be the Bridges trade.
Yes.
That's ultimately what it's going to be.
And they had a chance to get out of it, and they doubled down on it.
Yep.
They doubled 5 first-round draft picks they gave up, but then you could have said, you know what? We messed up. We lost our draft picks, but, man, we ain't paying them that money. So, man, we might have had a draft picks, but we can go get a player that may be better than him.
Hated it.
It's like I want to prove. Like, one thing I appreciate about Harry Roseman, when he makes a bad trade like Bryce Huff, he get your ass out of there quick.
Exactly.
Gone in a year.
Any mistake that he has made, he moves on from, and we'll immediately fix it.
Exactly.
And acknowledge it, and not continue to sit on it and wait to see if it'll work out.
Do you believe my words or your lying eyes? Like, bro, okay.
Game time, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time, 7:30, Knicks, Nets, Madison Square Garden. Coverage begins 7 p.m.
This in basketball, I know you don't have must wins. This is you better than win.
This is up there. It's right here on 880 ESPN. 9:30, Islanders in Seattle to play the Kraken. Tullamore Dew, the original, triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Let us get to some audio files, Tom Bauer.
The audio file.
Tom's here. He is ready to go. Hello, Tom.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Bart. So, we're going to be starting today's audio files off with what Chris teased to break. And don't worry, for anybody that really wanted to hear what Terry Pegula was screwing over in his press conference, we're going to get to that, too.
What that sounds like to me is that you're openly questioning what I teased, and that why didn't I tease Pegula? Sit tight. Chunky screwed that up. We'll get to it.
Well, mainly it's because I need to load in all the Pegula onto the page.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm buying myself an extra
You know what? It kind of
here.
sounded, ironically, it kind of sounded like a GM who was blaming the coach.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what it sounded like.
I mean, if I sounded like that, then kudos to me. That's a good job by me.
Way to go, Shane.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so this was Mina Kimes. She was on NFL Live. She talked about Robert Saleh's tenure in New York and how that's looking a lot better now that he's getting the Tennessee job.
As far as Saleh, though, just to back up for a second, I do think the further we get from his Jets tenure, the more we see what he did with what he was given, right? From the point he was hired in 2021 until he was fired in week 5 of the 2024 season, that defense was first in yards per play, third in success rate, and since then, well, we've seen the results even before they traded away some of their players. So I do like the idea of him coming in and fixing the defense, because this is a problem on both sides of the ball. His leadership abilities are often raved about by folks around the league, but if he doesn't nail the offensive coordinator hire, nothing will matter, and to me, that's the biggest hire, maybe league-wide right now.
Listen, they're going back. Remember back in the day when you were growing up, Chris, Tom, you too young. You probably grew up on Barney. You know what I'm saying? Remember the Super Friends?
Sure.
The Super Friends come together like Voltron, the 2 former failed cast-out New York coaches coming together in Cashville, baby, to straighten out a great organization, the Tennessee Titans, coming back to prominence in the AFC South.
For those who haven't heard it, Diana Rossini reported earlier today from The Athletic that Brian Daboll is not going to be the Eagles' offensive coordinator. He's either going to be the head coach of the Bills or he's going to be the offensive coordinator for Tennessee if he doesn't get the Bills job.
I almost wish, though, he would have got the Philadelphia job, so you know how fiery he was and yelling at people on the sidelines. He can direct that smoke towards Kayvon Thibodeau and all those guys, you know what I'm saying? And I had that rivalry, like, oh, y'all want to fire me? I'll make sure y'all ain't going to have no good things.
Well, I think for Saleh, I get what Mina's saying. Defensively, there's no arguing with the job that he did. But let's also talk wins and losses, and it didn't happen. And There was plenty of talent, I think, put on the defensive side, which is perhaps the bigger indictment on Aaron Glenn before they traded away Sauce and Quinnen Williams.
Well, he made Michael Carter a household name. He developed Bryce Huff.
Yep.
So he had players that he developed that wasn't household names that he, Sherwood developed underneath his tutelage. Quincy Williams, a failed linebacker in Jacksonville, flourished underneath his system.
He lost 2 all-pro players early this season with Warner and with Bosa, and they were still in the divisional round. That's absurd. And it's not because they had a superstar quarterback.
Correct.
He did a fantastic
Mac
job.
Jones.
I will be very curious that...
Can we trade for Mac Jones?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because if you're them, why would you trade him?
I'll give up a 4th.
Again, why would you trade him? Purdy keeps getting hurt. That's fine. A 4th-round pick doesn't mean jack squat to me if Purdy gets hurt and I have Mac Jones on another team.
I'm sorry.
Did Mac Jones play well?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Isn't this the coaching staff that just plug in Jimmy G, plug in Brock Purdy, plug in anybody, and they're going to play well?
I'm saying for this year.
They can go get Gardner Minshew and get the same productivity.
Yeah. Now, I think we give them a lot of credit, but they also have to have some ability to work with, too. Some. That's great. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Next year's 3rd.
It's not going to happen.
Next year's 2.
I mean, then you're getting more realistic.
Next year's 2, because now I want him to come back and be the ghost of Christmas past to defeat the Patriots.
Yeah, I know.
Is this who you left me for?
I would love to see it.
Man, listen, if we're not going to get the quarterback, let's go get Mac Jones, brother.
I would love to see it.
You don't think Mac Jones will ask out of his contract to be a starter? Bro, I got a chance to be a starter for a team. Man, y'all going to hold me here hostage because y'all worried about
Shouldn't have signed a 2-year deal.
Get me out of here.
Next.
I'm going to smack E40 in the face at Golden State Warriors game. That'll get you out of town.
Well, you do that, Bart. Now, Terry Pegula, he went on a little bit of a tear in his press conference today, and now we're going to tear into Terry here. So, the whole big speculation was, why did he fire Sean McDermott? That was going to be the number one thing that was asked of him about at the press conference today. This is what he said in the first response of what led to the firing of Sean McDermott.
My decision to bring in a new coach was based on the results of our game in Denver. I want to take you in the locker room after that game. I looked around. First thing I noticed was our quarterback with his head down, crying. I looked at all the other players. I looked at their faces and our coaches. I walked over to Josh. He didn't even acknowledge I was there. First thing I said to him, I said, that was a catch. We all know what I'm talking about. He didn't acknowledge me. He just sat there sobbing. He was listless. He had given everything he had to try to win that game. And looking around, so did all the other players on the team. I saw the pain in Josh's face at his presser, and I felt his pain. I know we can do better, and I know we will get better.
That still doesn't explain why you fired the coach.
What else did he give? What else did Josh Allen give? 4 turnovers,
Exactly.
dummy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should be crying, Josh Allen. You lost this.
Was it the coach's fault that they ruled it not a catch?
Was it his fault that he gave up easy points before the half, trying to run around and threw the ball backwards?
Let's hear some more.
Yeah, let's hear some more indeed. So Terry was all over the terrible officiating, by the way. He just interrupted Brandon Beane at one point.
I mean, Jay, a bad call.
Yeah, bad call about the whole Broncos thing. So one of the reporters, I don't know who it was, but asked a wonderful question. If you're so adamant about the bad officiating in the Denver game, and that was the result as to why you fired McDermott, if it was on the officiating, why'd you fire Sean?
I did not fire a coach based on a bad officiating decision. If I can take you into that locker room, I felt like we hit the proverbial playoff wall year after year. 13 seconds, missed field goals, the catch. So I just sensed in that locker room, like, where do we go from here with what we have? And that was the basis for my decision.
And Shane don't got nothing to do with that?
You mean Beane?
Yeah, Beane. Beane ain't got nothing to do with that? How the hell he ain't got nothing to do with the catch and all that stuff? You act like Sean McDermott was out there like catching the ball. He a player. He watching the game just like everybody else. Nah, man, he look unqualified to be an owner.
What else you got?
Well, if you thought that made him unqualified to be an owner, well, how about this about Keon Coleman? This is what we teased and we talked about earlier. Brandon Beane was answering a question about that, and Terry Pegula, well, he just interrupted to give his piece.
Yeah, Can I interrupt? I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. That was Brandon being a team player and taking advice of his coaching staff who felt strongly about the player. And he's taken, for some reason, heat over it and not saying a word about it. But I'm here to tell you the true story.
Well, get me the hell out of here if I'm Keon Coleman. I say, if that's how you feel, brother, just outright release me.
Here's the other thing. I'm not even worried about Keon's feelings because he obviously didn't handle himself well this year. If I'm anybody, you know who I'm really ticked right now? If I'm Sean McDermott, because now I'm expected to sit here and say nothing and do all the right things, as they say, while the owner's out there trashing me.
Let's get that sit down with Shay, where he can talk freely on the podcast.
But you know the problem. Wants to get another job.
He gonna get one regardless because he's just that good.
But if he rips an organization like
that,
that,
I ain't never going back there. I'll burn that bridge.
I know, but those guys stick together, man.
Nah.
Those guys stick together a lot.
Listen, it's certain organizations that don't care. Cleveland don't care what you said about the other guy. Yeah, we hate him too. You got a lot of owners.
Cleveland doesn't care about much as long as you can try to win for him.
You got a lot of owners that hate each other too.
Cleveland might even pay you more if you did some bad stuff.
Like, man, the hater you're deep, my child.
Next.
So one last thing on Terry Pegula. I don't have the audio for it. I tried to find it, but I do have a quote from Albert Breer that he snipped from the press conference. And this is a discussion we had earlier on the perception that McDermott's firing was a power play by Brandon Beane. This is what Terry had to say. I'm the kind of guy, if I sense you're on a power play, you're out. I don't like power play people. Any sense at all that he was on a power play, he would have been gone.
I don't understand why he gets promoted.
Right.
Why do you get promoted?
Now, let's give you a raise. Since you did such a job, we hit the wall, but we're going to get over the wall.
Has he been an owner for like 10 years now? Just about, if that.
Yeah, he took over. This is about probably a new stadium.
Yeah, I know it's a lot about that. He owns the Sabres too, but he has been an owner for, in that ballpark, let's just guesstimate 10 years. Like, what makes you look at Brandon Beane and think, you know what, I'm not only going to keep him, I'm going to promote this guy?
They probably hang out and do stuff on their yacht in the offseason.
Hired, promoted, it's wrong. Next.
So Brandon Beane officially took over the Bills, by the way, September 9th of 2014.
2014?
2014.
Okay.
So a little over 10 years,
okay.
but still. All right, so now...
You mean Pegula or Brandon Beane?
Terry Pegula.
Terry Pegula, okay. So it is 10 years. Okay, you said Beane first. I thought, okay, no.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. That's when one of Detroit's great, Ralph Wilson, passed away. Detroit's finest. Don't get it twisted because it's in...
Did you know Bart's from Detroit?
I never knew that listening to the show, listening to Bart.
Yeah, Bart's from Detroit.
You're giving me Wyoming, Tom.
How the hell can I give you a Wyoming vibe when there's nothing out there?
You give me Montana.
Yeah.
Unless that's what you're trying to say.
I mean, your eyes are kind of dead, Tom.
You're like a lumberjack.
Only if I had the on the checkerboard shirt today, then maybe I would be.
Do we have anything else?
Yeah, I got one more. I'm going to actually hear something from a competent press conference, and that was from John Harbaugh yesterday. This is my favorite cut, what he learned from Andy Reid.
Andy's a man of few words, and his 4 words to me were, change can be good. That's what he said. Change can be good. He was excited. He's fired up for us. He's a good friend. You know what? How about we do this? How about we deal that right now? We'll sign up for that deal right now, what he did in Kansas City. Let's do that.
Kansas City to New York, baby. Let's do it.
Wow. Listen, it was an exceptionally good day yesterday.
I want you to put your fandom where your mouth is. Go ahead and get your H tattooed on your ass cheek.
I mean, I'll do it if they win the Super Bowl this year, maybe.
It can't be just an H. You have to have full Harbaugh.
No, it need to be something like Harbs or something like that.
Harbs.
In front of like a meat sandwich, like Arby's, Harbs.
Harbs? Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If we ever get Harbaugh on the show, we ask him for his nickname, and then that can be what goes on.
I'll hold my breath. Bart and Carlin On ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. In moments, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Is there anything left to be done about Cat? We answer it next on ESPN New York.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Hey, the Patriots are traveling to Denver, and the Rams are traveling to Seattle. What's your feel? Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $189 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely, choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM844-681, MSRP $29,075. Zero security deposit ends 2/2/26.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up.
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts tonight at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself! We won!
Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
in the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
All right, let's get a couple of these in. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. David in Elizabeth is back. He had to pop off before. What's going on, David? What's going on?
Hi. Number one, I was running from my boss. And number two, for some reason, when you guys went to me, it just dropped. I don't know why. But
all good.
I'm taking my 15-minute break. And look, before we start, right? Hey, Bart. Yo, the phone call must have went like this. Hey, John Mara. Joe Shane is about to itch. Oh, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Why? Yes.
Welcome back, Brody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, look, I just want to say there's two things. Jets, man, let's do the right thing. Either hire Leonard or hire Wing. Let's get it right, please. We don't have any more time to be, we're going to interview Chris Harris for the fourth time. No, stop it, bro. Hire the competent, correct DC, and let's do the right thing. And the last thing I want to say, gentlemen, before you guys enjoy your afternoon, I'm going to be honest. We see the disconnection with Cat and Mike Brown. I'm sorry, bro. Make that Giannis trade happen. We need it.
So here's
not for nothing.
At this point, why would Milwaukee want to? They say, man, y'all, you got to give me more.
I'd give up a little bit, but I'm not going to give up the house. I'm not going to pull a Melo for him. And that was a bad move, and I love Melo.
No, but he like I'm better.
The way they went about it.
But Giannis is saying I'm a greater player than Melo,
and he's right. He is a greater player than Melo. This is Allen yesterday. Saw this on social. Talking about why, if you are talking about the Giannis deal, it cannot be during the season.
You can't do that right now before the trade deadline. Anything like that risks your potential of getting Giannis Antetokounmpo in the summer. Have I been consistent on one thing about that Giannis situation? What has it been? You can't do it in season. It's very difficult to do, and it would be very difficult to then assimilate a player like that with 20 games to get into. This is an off-season thing, and I still believe it. And Giannis, as frustrated as he is in Milwaukee and all the stuff that he says there, which I wouldn't really put a lot into what he's saying, but he has to know I got to live through this trade deadline and wait till the summer. And I've always said if the Knicks don't reach the goals that they have set for themselves this year, which at worst get to the NBA Finals, if they can't get there, then that's when you say, okay, well, we gave this a chance. We have an opportunity to get somebody of that caliber. Now you got to really figure out how to get it done. And he wants to be here, in my opinion. I don't know if it's going to happen or when it's all that stuff, but that's why I don't think you can put a lot of stock into this whole notion of you got to trade this guy, trade that guy, blow the whole team up by the trade deadline. You can't do that. Not while that guy is still out there and still wants to play in New York.
I would not make any other trades that could potentially affect that happening if it means that we're not doing that during the offseason. And what he's saying about you can't do it during the year because there's only 20 games to assimilate. I mean, I get that, but if I trade for Giannis right now, to me, the sooner that he's on the team, the better. I'm not talking about necessarily winning a championship this year if you make the trade for Giannis, but I'm talking about winning a championship in the next couple of years, and I would have argued that I can't win one this year. Is there any part of you right now that thinks what the owner said a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, team has won or lost 9 of 11 since he said it, that it's going to the finals or bust for the Knicks, and winning a championship right now basically is it. Like, I don't think the Knicks are going to the finals right now. No chance they do.
I mean, they may be trying to sell it to themselves that, hey, we're just going through a rough patch. Everybody's going to go through a rough patch, right? The Pistons went through a little rough patch as well early on where they lost like maybe 4 or 5. And, those are the rigors of the season. But, the issue is probably the league has adjusted to the adjustment for the Knicks under Mike Brown and the new system, the fast tempo, get the ball into the lane and kick it out, and they have to adjust back.
Gilberto's in the truck. Gilberto, what's up, Bubba?
What's up, Carlin, Bart? What's up, guys?
What up? What up?
Not for nothing, Bart, man. Get his ass out of here, man. I'm sorry. to even put it that way.
You the same man?
Agree with Carlin. I agree with Carlin 100%, man. Get the dude out of here. Even if we don't win. Let me ask you something, Bart. Let's go back to you and Ty Butler going back and forth. Didn't you tell him just that? Didn't you tell him you're overrating your team? I said it too, and Ty got mad at me. I said, you're overrating your team. You're even overrating the point guard, bro. Like, you're putting the point guard ahead of an MVP that plays for Boston. You know what I'm saying? You're putting your point guard in front of this guy, in front of that guy. He don't play a stitch of defense, and neither does your 7-foot center. He sucks, bro. Get him out of here.
That's the problem. Like, you're always going to be considered soft when you don't play great defense, too.
Yeah, especially here.
Yeah.
Especially here.
Especially if you're over 7 feet.
You can't be that guy. You cannot be a soft 7-footer here. That just does not work. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Hey, sorry I missed you. Your call is very important to me. Just not as important as the New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion being back on Pick 3 evening drawings. See, if the green ball's drawn, that's a free second chance to win? So, yeah, you get it. It's only through February 1st, though, so try me after then.
Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/pick3.
Hey, hockey fans. Now with BetMGM, you can win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets when your anytime goal scorer nets 3. Enter BetMGM's Hat Trick Jackpot all season long for your chance to win some major bonus bets. It's easy. Just log in and opt into the promotion. Then make an anytime scorer bet on any hockey game of at least $10. If your player of choice scores 3 goals instead of just 1, you'll win your share of the $10K in bonus bets. There's nothing quite like watching a game with a hat trick, especially when it means you could win a share of $10,000 in bonus bets. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are bonus bets that expire in 7 days.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. Bart Scott.
What the hell?
Chris Carlin.
Take a hike. We're good.
This is Bart and Carlin.
Buckle your chin strap. We about to bang.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
I'm trying to hit the button and it won't go on. Fat fingers. Bart and Carlin. ESPN New York. Noon. Wednesday. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Also on the ESPN New York YouTube page, which you should be checking out and watching the show and smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel because it's really better visually. That's all there is to it. It's also noon. So what does that mean?
It's the power hour. AKA stab your friend in the back day. I confess he did it.
That's in reference to what's going on in Buffalo with Brandon Beane taking out the coach in Sean McDermott, and Brandon Beane getting promoted. Had a press conference today with Terry Pegula, and that, of course, he's the owner up there, and Pegula defended Beane at every turn and said it was the coaching staff's urge to draft Keon Coleman and that Beane was being the good guy. And basically all the mistakes that have been made over the last several years are the mistakes of the coaching staff and not the GM. And after watching his quarterback give it away, as he did the other day 4 times, the owner decided that it was all the coach's fault. Why does all this matter for the Giants? Because it kind of really just instills the fact that yesterday was an outstanding day for them.
I never knew this dude looked like Mr. Furley. I mean, not Mr. Roper.
He does look like Mr. Roper from Three's Company. He puts on it with a pair of glasses.
Yeah. Mr. Roper. Yeah, man. I listen. He can blame.
Remember when he used to turn to the camera and laugh whenever he made a joke?
We see you. Tom's like, who's Mr. Roper? Come
exactly.
on, man.
Come on. Anyway, go ahead.
Suzanne Summers. Now, when you talk about, like I don't understand how everybody's dissolved of blame, but Sean McDermott. He has to take the brunt of everything. I looked in my players' eyes, and they looked dejected, and he started losing all the different ways that they lost. Listen, I don't have any problems with you saying, hey, it's been almost a decade, and we have a great player, and we just can't get over the hump. And we've tried different coordinators. You got rid of Leslie Frazier. The defense was outstanding when Leslie Frazier was the coordinator, but it seemed like him and Sean McDermott had a falling out, and that defense has been downhill ever since Leslie Frazier left. I get all that. But Brandon Beane, come on, bro. I just don't see how he's absolved when he's only drafted. He's had 56 players that he's drafted, and only 2 has made a Pro Bowl. And 1 is obvious because he's the MVP, and the other one is James Cook.
Yeah, well, listen, and how that ties into the Giants is you look at Joe Shane, who we learned from, Brandon Beane, and you look at how it went down with Daboll, and it was very clear that there was some chatter going on behind the scenes of, we actually are not in a bad spot in terms of our roster, but maybe the coach is the problem in all of this. Mm-hmm. And now you have a coach coming in who made sure that you were establishing exactly what the chain of command was going to be. And I respect a guy that understands about dynamics. And it's not even like this was a problem for him in Baltimore. It's one thing, like, Bart, when you go through something and you get fired and you learn your lessons about, I would not do this again. I would not do that again. It's another thing learning from successes as much as Harbaugh did in Baltimore. Now, look, they blew fourth-quarter leads and all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking about just how everything is structured, making sure that nothing that you don't know about is going to get in the way.
He insulated himself.
The message is always going to be very clear to the people who need to know it.
That's why I'm curious. I don't think Harbaugh's done a restructuring this organization because he's got to put some allies in there for himself. You got to get some people that got their ears to the streets, that when he's down on the front line, that he can hear what's being said up in the towers. You know what I mean? So, this is far from over. We'll do it right now, but let's see how he restructures the weight room, the training. What he say? He want big physical guys. Too many guys on the Giants are, in the garage too much. Too much garage stuff.
What do you mean by garage?
They hurt, missing games.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got to build you up stronger, man. We need people that can last.
You're making a car reference, and I'm not. I'm not a big car guy. I need to be better about it.
Okay, I got you. It's all good.
Yeah,
you're not a pickup truck guy.
No.
Because there's no need to.
My car, it sucked this morning, dude. This has happened a couple of times with my car, and it's usually a reliable car. Left it outside in the driveway.
Ooh.
Didn't start.
Wow.
Battery dead. Happened to me at Newark Airport earlier this month.
Is your alternator draining your battery? You may have a draw somewhere something's not turning all the way off. Then you go hook that up to the computer.
It must be because it's happening when it's cold, but it shouldn't. This is not a 1982 Datsun.
Well, go get a new battery, right? Go get a new battery.
I put a new battery in this thing like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, you still could need a new battery.
I know. No, it's just past whatever the warranty was.
You can't get the cell back. Yeah,
we call that sliding right into the screw job zone.
18 months. It went dead at 20.
Oh, God. It's the second time.
You might want to give the core up.
I can't tell you how aggravating that was.
Yeah, because then you had to go jump it.
I didn't start it. I took my wife's car.
You got to get this jump box. It's like
I have a pair of cables in the trunk. I could do it myself off my wife's car.
No, not cables.
Yeah,
that's not it's this little box.
Yeah,
you charge it up. It's about this big.
Yeah,
and it even called like my Ferrari, which is the hardest thing to jump. I usually have to call people. It's this little box about this big, and it's a certain brand that you got to get. And you put that thing on because all my car people, that work and they come out and jump it. The guy that came and jumped it when I couldn't start it up with using another car, he came with that jump box. He's like, man, you need one of these. Boom, jumped it right up. I used to have a Crankenstein, but that didn't work anymore. It's this new one.
Well,
it's only about this big, and you always keep. You should get one for your wife too, in case you leave her lights on.
I'm more likely to put it in her car than mine, but if I can get two of them.
But you get two. It's
okay.
not. It's like
how expensive are they?
$200.
Well, I don't toss around $200 like it's.
Okay, how much you about to spend for this new battery?
That's a great question. I don't know yet, but we're going to find out.
It's going to be about $149.
See what Bart just did there? He subtly flexed earlier. Juwan Howard he had dinner with last night, and now he's subtly flexing. Oh, yeah, I had a Ferrari.
Yeah. No, well, but we knew that. I mean, Bart bet Canty.
I've had three.
What did you?
What are we talking about? Huh? What? How do we get here?
No, look. It just ticked me off. Yeah. And it was the second time in a month.
And it's when you need to go somewhere too. And it's
to work.
And I don't have time for it. Oh damn, babe, I got to take your car. Now she's sitting there like, all right, well, I'm not gonna go out and get groceries. I'm about to DoorDash up, so she's just spending more money.
It wasn't even that. It's like I'm like, if you have anything you got to do today, can you take Uber?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Anyway, she's like Charlie Murphy. Get your couch, mother, jumping all on your couch, mad.
Then there is the fact that the Giants, just off of all of that Brandon Beane stuff and that Joe Shane stuff, are now in a much better position because of it. One thing we haven't gotten to today, the Jets. Mel Kiper has his latest mock draft out. Bart's already rolling his eyes because Mel has the Jets taking Arvell Reese at number 2. But then at number 16, has them taking Ty Simpson from Alabama.
Who everybody said, yo, this dude need to go back to school. We were so surprised that this dude put his name in the draft. He has, 15 starts?
Yeah.
15.
Here's Mel on Get Up today on mocking Simpson to the Jets at 16.
He's 23 years of age. His father's a coach. Nick Saban's there with him, advising him. So he had heard first round. You think about Ty Simpson. Like I said, he could have been top 5. He would have continued through. Offensive line let him down. Ryan Williams didn't have the year expected. He had no running game, okay? Ty Simpson obviously goes to a team that you say, can they screw it up? Can they affect? Hey, let him sit for a little bit. He's only has 15 starts. But again, put a little weight on that frame. This kid's so competitive. He won't let a play die. He fights to the bitter end a little too much. He'll figure that out. Ty Simpson, like I said, at this point at 16, we were talking top 5 back in October. I think would make sense for the New York Jets or the Steelers or the Rams late first round.
Yeah, let one of them do it because it sounds like a blue tent residency. Holds on to the ball a lot. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of concussion protocol, independent neurologists, you know what I mean, calling down, hey, check this dude out. He took another one to the back of the head. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we were talking about, well, maybe we shouldn't take Dante Moore, but we're going to take this dude. Let him sit.
I don't enjoy this idea.
Mel, what the hell are you, Mel?
I don't like this idea.
Mel must have had some lace pumpkin pie this morning.
Well, here's the point that I wanted to make out of this. I can see myself coming around a lot more considering where they are, and they're likely to not, let's just say that the Raiders are likely to hold on to Mendoza, and that's where they're going. If you can't get Mendoza, you may as well be knocking on the Kyler Murray door.
Or Mac Jones. You can sign Mac Jones to a 2-year deal, give him $40 million.
Again, he's not a free agent. You
trade for him.
You got to trade for him.
You trade for him. Oh, so that's perfect, because if you trade for him, he's under contract.
Yeah, he's under contract for the year, but the point is that I don't know where, with the amount of money he's making, which is not very much,
that makes
why San Francisco would trade him away.
That makes way more sense now.
But why would San Francisco trade him away? They have a great insurance policy there.
They have an old-ass roster. They got a tight end that is going to be on IR for the majority of the season. He got hurt 1 week before the Super Bowl, 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. So Kittle's going to be out. Like, Trent Williams is turning 38. They got to get rid of Ayuk.
But you're trying to keep them all in one place, and you're trying to still win now.
They got to get rid of Ayuk. They need other players in other positions. At some point, they got to hope that Brock Purdy can stay freaking healthy.
I'm not against trading for Mac Jones if he's available. If I can get Mac Jones for a 2 next year, I would absolutely do that in a heartbeat.
Because they can still trade that 2 for whatever they need.
I would absolutely do that. I don't know that they can do that. I don't know that they would trade away. Like, it's like the Texans every time they get called on Davis Mills. Well, we saw this weekend why they shouldn't trade Davis Mills.
Who offered it to?
Okay. That's fine. That
actually makes way more sense now that I think about it, because he's under contract, so he has to come. He's going to be a starter, and you ain't got to pay him nothing. So now you paying $5 million for all it cost you was a draft pick.
Let's argue for a moment, or let's operate under an assumption for a moment that they are not going to get him out of San Francisco, just for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The Kyler Murray thing.
You got to trade for him, too.
So, yeah. But here's my point about this, okay? I'm much more willing to go down that road than maybe I would have been before, because it still leaves me the opportunity to figure out what I want to do next year with the picks that I have.
But it's super perfect. Trade for Mac Jones. He's on a 1-year contract. He's cheap. If he plays well, you sign him to another 2-year, and he can mentor whoever. He only plays for 1 year. You replace him, and, it's perfect. It's perfect, actually.
It's perfect for the Jets. I don't think it's perfect for the 49ers.
But listen, if we talking about putting all this freaking money, putting all this draft capital, give up 3-1 for Mendoza, give up this and that. What's a freaking future 2 when you got 5 first-round draft picks?
But again, San Francisco's trying to win now.
Yes, they are.
And their quarterback continues to get hurt.
But they can't.
So why would they not trade away? Why would they trade away their best insurance policy? It's not that the Jets can't get it done.
Because who has been the backup quarterback over the last 3 years? It's a new person every year. So that means that they can find a new person. They find one every freaking year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy that they had, Jimmy G, they obviously had Jones this year, and Trey Lance was the guy a few years ago.
And they had Sam Darnold.
And Sam Darnold. Okay.
So they find one every year.
So
tell you they can't find another dude.
So the next guy that it didn't. So they'll go and sign Tua. That's what they'll do. Dolphins will cut Tua and they'll go sign Tua.
My point.
Or they'll sign Malik Willis or somebody like that.
My point.
Okay. Maybe.
So they're like, well.
I just think considering where they were on Mac Jones before the draft a couple of years ago, and he ended up being there, and it ended up working out pretty well for them this year.
They'll go sign somebody like Dobbs or Ritter.
Yeah.
Or Mitchell Trubisky. And they'll be fine. This is Kyle Shanahan.
Okay. All right. My point is just simply this. I'm not against really investigating anything else as opposed to drafting somebody like Ty Simpson. I don't need to draft somebody that even if Mel's saying you got to sit him for a while, I don't want to draft that guy. You still haven't told me who's playing in front of him, right? Who's playing this year?
My point.
Yeah.
That's why you got to go get Mac Jones regardless.
I wouldn't have a problem with it if they can make that happen. I wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
Little chip on his shoulder. Then now you getting a weapon for him. Now if you go get Breece Hall in the offensive line that we got, Mac Jones, and you have Garrett Wilson coming back, Adonai Mitchell, and you go sign Isaiah Likely in free agency. Come on, man. What's up, Patriots?
Let's do it. Sideline to sideline.
Can't stop nobody.
It's going to happen.
This is Sideline to Sideline. Go. With Bart and Carlin.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sideline to Sideline, 12:15. Tom Bauer.
Those are some good notes right there.
No, it wasn't.
I think they were good.
Freaking saved my life.
Oh, well. At any rate.
DJ saved my life with a song.
Here's the difference.
That was better.
See, here's the difference. I know I can't. Maybe somebody else doesn't quite know that.
No, I'm saying that was a good song. You ain't never heard that song?
No.
The DJ saved my life with a song.
I know it. And I'm saying you can't sing.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
But it doesn't mean you won't.
I am above. Listen, I am a phenomenal hummer.
I don't know that I'd say that out loud, but that's okay. Next. Tom, go ahead.
We'll work on all those skills as the show progresses. So we talked about the Jets' plans.
Will we? I don't think we will.
Hey, man, listen, it's the offseason.
You never know what could happen.
It's the offseason, man. We got to be creative.
Next.
All right, so we know what Mel said about the Jets with Arvell Reese at number 2, Ty Simpson at number 16. He also had the Giants, of course, making a pick in this draft. Number 5, they've got Carnell Tate, the wide receiver out of Ohio State, choosing wide receiving instead of defense. Thoughts on that?
They got enough defense if they get a good defensive coordinator. Remember what we thought about this defense last year. Now, remember, they still have free agency. So they can go get a guy in free agency. They can trade for a Marlon Humphreys or trade for one of those guys over there in Baltimore. I'm sure he's going to try and bring and entice some of those guys over there if they're free agents to come over here and help build that culture and that accountability and that leadership inside the locker room.
I personally, I know people are very high on Tate.
Yeah.
That was almost not great.
Yeah. I was picking up what you was saying.
Yeah.
Tate.
Tate.
T-A-T-E.
What's like the cookie?
Not like Schlitzler.
No, not like Cam Schlittler. Tate. Wow. This is really not going great.
You put yourself in a rock and a hard place here.
You're not making it any better by saying things like that. You're not. I don't know that Carnell Tate, I don't know that he's a number 1, and I know you've got Malik Neighbors. I think it'd be good to be paired there. I don't think he's Garrett Wilson. I don't think he's some of the other guys, and obviously not even the best receiver on that team.
He's being your number 2, though. You draft him to be Devontae Smith.
Is he Chris Olave?
No. I mean, Chris Olave is damn near Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
When healthy.
Yeah. He's right there. He had a phenomenal season this year.
I will say, though.
His rookie season was phenomenal, too.
You look at the Ohio State receivers, like you can point at other places and positions at Ohio State that haven't worked out.
Quarterback.
Receiver hadn't been one of them.
Quarterback.
And that's Brian Hartline.
Yeah.
And he's now gone. He's the head coach at South Florida now. But still, it's a pretty good point to make when you're talking about the receivers, and that's a school that has produced some pretty darn good ones lately. Next. See what else I can screw up here.
Yeah, hopefully not much more. Brian Daboll, of course, the former head coach of the New York Giants. He's got an interview set up, the Bills, have requested to interview Brian Daboll for their head coaching position. Other candidates, just real quickly, this from Ian Rappaport, Joe Brady, Grant Udinski. I definitely screwed that up.
No, it's Udinski.
Udinski. Yeah. Okay, good. Anthony Lynn, Anthony Weaver, and Lou Anarumo.
Come on, man. Anthony Lynn. Are we doing the black thing again? Anthony Lynn was like the Rooney Rule. He was going everywhere for a while. Now, I love A-Leezy. You know what I'm saying? But I hope they're not using him.
They were doing that with Pep Hamilton, too. Remember him?
Yeah, it was like, come on,
coordinator?
Man. He interviewed 18 jobs, they don't got a chance in none of them. The person get hired the next day.
Anthony Weaver, though, I think he got a second interview in Pittsburgh.
And Baltimore.
And Baltimore, too, yeah. I mean, he's got a chance at one of these jobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, Weaver getting his shot with the Steelers tomorrow. More on the Steelers in a second. More on Brian Daboll from Diana Rossini. Sources told her if he doesn't get the Bills job, which would be his number one choice, he's likely going to wind up as Robert Saleh's offensive coordinator down in Tennessee.
I didn't even know they were boys.
I didn't either. Maybe they got to know each other a little bit here. I don't know. But at the same time, with Saleh and him in Tennessee, I think that's a good...
Cam Ward.
He must be he obviously... They liked Cam Ward last year. So, he's obviously pretty high on that. But I also think it's interesting that he was the Eagles guy. First off, McDaniel was the Eagles guy. Then he wasn't, as he took the Chargers job late last night. And then Daboll was the Eagles guy, and then he's out. And he's taken somewhere else. Who's going to be the Eagles' offensive coordinator? And Diana kind of indicated yesterday on WIP in Philly that maybe it's not that great of a job anymore. Just because there's so much drama.
So much pressure, too.
I don't know that she said this part, but she kind of indicated it wasn't a great job. I didn't hear the reason why. This is me speculating here. That it had more to do with, at least to me, there's always a lot of drama. And it doesn't feel like Nick Sirianni is on the most secure of ground if they had a bad year this year. And if they have a bad year, chances are it's going to be because the offense wasn't very good. So, anyway, next.
Well, you already mentioned it, so I might as well just say it again. Mike McDaniel, he's a Chargers offensive coordinator now. He interviewed for multiple head coaching and offensive coordinator positions since the Dolphins fired him. Sources told Jeff Darlington the Buccaneers and, we just mentioned, the Eagles pursued him as their top offensive coordinator candidate. Tampa Bay was apparently very, very diligent in their courtship. However, McDaniel wanted to go back to California, spent years with the 49ers.
His wife is from there.
Yep. And he had the chance, of course, to coach Justin Herbert, and that helped Mike McDaniel make his decision. And, of course, he'll be aligning up with Jim Harbaugh.
Still getting paid, too, by Dolphins, so who cares?
And there's security with Harbaugh, but also, if you thought he might go to Tampa to be the coach next year, obviously him thinking that way, if he wasn't, or if he was, rather, it seems clear he didn't think there was a good path to that.
Let me get Justin Herbert. Let me sit on his staff until Harbaugh gets tired and want to go
have the choice of jobs. Maybe I got a better chance of actually being the coordinator somewhere else and get the Tampa job next year.
How long does Harbaugh have to serve before he can go back to college?
I think the show cause rule is 10 years, something like that. Next.
All right, last bit of news for right now. Steelers process. They have interviewed Brian Flores for their head coaching job. I believe that's his second interview with the team. We already mentioned Anthony Weaver. He'll get his shot tomorrow. Mike McCarthy is with the Steelers today interviewing for the job. So potentially he'll be eyeballing that job. Maybe that's his favorite.
He's a Pitt guy too, right?
Mike McCarthy is from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So that's equivalent to Daboll going to the Bills. Prodigal son, local son.
It feels like those are all pretty good choices for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they do not care about the Flores lawsuit. They will do that. That's not a problem. Weaver, obviously everybody's very high on.
Yeah.
And McCarthy would be a good choice too. I thought Shula was going to be high in that job too.
Or Minter.
Yeah, Minter, I didn't hear him as much, but Shula I heard more, and it didn't seem like that was ever really coming together. I'll tell you, the coaching thing now is as crazy as it's ever been. As crazy as it's ever been. And I feel like this is going to continue. And it feels, just as much as we talk about, Bart, the patience needed with a quarterback that you draft very high and how that has kind of gone away over the last 10, 12 years or so.
Yeah.
Since you're not investing as much in them early as you used to be. It feels like now, with the coaches, it's the same thing. Like there is not anywhere near the security that there used to be in being a head coach in the league. Not that coaches were getting 10 years, but even 2 years, getting a third, things like that. It doesn't seem like that happens nearly as much.
Yeah. I mean, owners are impatient. And, we see guys come in. Now you got Chicago, turn it around 1 year. Then you got Jacksonville, turn around in 1 year. So now it's like, it can be done. So the patience with new coach winning immediately. It was like that for a while with quarterbacks. It was like because Roethlisberger, it was because of Flacco. They were coming in and going to AFC championships in 1 year. They're like, hold up, man. Like, so it's so much pressure put on young quarterbacks because it's like, look what these young dudes are doing all around the league. It can be done. So, the league's about fracking. But I wanted to go back just a quick bit, looking at who could potentially be a giant. Isaiah Likely,
right,
is a free agent from Baltimore. Charlie Kohler, who they loved, he was their blocking, physical tight end. He started catching balls. He's the third tight end out there outside of Mark Andrews. He's a free agent. You have Tyler Linderbaum, which the Ravens will never let him go. That's their first-round draft pick. And
he's turned into a great player.
Right, they definitely hit on him. So you have could be a shift change. It depends on like how you talk to him. But Patrick Ricard is a free agent. So if they want to bring that fullback over here, and also Keaton Mitchell, well, he's a restricted free agent. But those are people that he can try and bring over here to try and bring some type of attitude, and also Aloha Gilman, who they traded for from San Diego from the Chargers.
Is there anybody that you look at that could be cut on that team? Like you mentioned Humphrey before.
They could let Humphrey go. He's $100 million guy, and he's
I don't know what the numbers are with him.
Well, he was $100 million. Like he was one.
No, I'm talking about like now though. Like like what it would cost them if it doesn't make sense for them to cut him.
No, I got you. I'm already on the page.
Okay.
Humphrey's been. You got Humphreys. Who else? But the crazy part is the Ravens are $21 million underneath the cap.
Mm-hmm.
So they have money. They're going to restructure Lamar because remember Lamar's cap hit this year is really, really big, something like $74 million. So that's going to be crazy right there. But Marlon Humphreys right now, Marlon's only 30. Seems like so much longer. He's been on the league. He's been around so long. You can get out of Marlon Humphreys' contract. Oh, it's a voidable year he's his last, not this year, next year. 2027.
Okay.
But even this year, he restructured. So usually when you restructure, that's when they about to get rid of your ass. He was on a 5-year, $100 million deal. So he was making $20 million a year. 19.5 was his average. And he's not worth that now. Wiggins is like the number one. He gives up more. He gave up more yards almost than anybody. His base salary is $15 million in 2026. So they definitely might get rid of him. I don't even see if they cap hit. Yeah, cap hit is $26 million, so they definitely might let him go. Dead cap is 18, so they might take an $18 million cap hit. They save $8 million.
Mets make a trade. That's next. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter. Benjamin Franklin, sir, I've just received news.
Speak.
They're multiplying you.
Multiplying me?
Yes, many times.
Multiple Benjamins?
Shall I stop it?
No.
Multiply your Benjamins with New York Lottery's Extra Multiplier Scratch-Off games. Play for the chance to multiply your winnings up to 100 times. Prizes up to $3 million.
I've won! I've multiplied myself!
We won! Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Knicks fans, it's time for basketball, and the action starts tonight at Crompton Ale House with Team ESPN New York and Ultra. Whether you need a pregame spot or you're looking for the right Knicks bar to watch the game versus the Nets, Crompton Ale House is your destination. The party tips off at 7 p.m., and Team ESPN will be giving away ESPN, Ultra, and Knicks prizes. Join fellow Knicks fans tonight at 159 West 26th Street. Cheer on your Knicks, enjoy Ultra draft and bottle specials, and cool prizes all game long at Crompton Ale House.
Do you know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life. For more information, visit oli.org.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
When you're coming through my hood and you're coming out slow, you better lay low. Better lay low. See,
so last night, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish singing. No. Finish singing.
No. I want to go to the big news. The Mets, the Metropolitans, making moves, shaking it up.
It's not breaking news. Happened last night.
I can't believe in a world you would get rid of Acuna.
Luis Angel Acuna is gone and also traded away in a deal for Luis Robert. Right-handed pitcher Truman Pauly from the Mets goes to the White Sox in exchange for Luis Robert Jr., who is a center fielder. And it's not, of course, he's a center fielder. We know this. He's obviously been in the big leagues for a long time and has been massively disappointing offensively the last 2 years. So you might be wondering what they were thinking here. Now, I'm purely speculating on this at this point, but you look at this, the way it kind of played out. They have the opportunity to try to sign Bellinger, right? What this tells me is that the Bellinger contract or price tag was just like come on, dude. We can't do all this, right? So Robert is a guy that, the OPS the last 2 years is well under 700. So it's been bad.
Ugh.
But this is more, if I'm guessing, in the run prevention category than in the run production category. Because the Mets, they're going to have to pay Robert $20 million in salary and $20 million in tax for the next 2 years because he's got an option. If let's say he picks up his option for next season, 2 years from now. It's a club option.
Yeah, next year is a club option.
Oh, I thought it was a player option. Okay.
They could be dumping it.
So they could be getting rid of it after the year 2.
Pump and dump.
But as far as this year, he's somebody that is a much better defensive center fielder than Bellinger. And like when they were talking about run prevention, with the kind of speed that he has, this is what they're thinking about doing. Now, there's no arguing that offensively he has not been the same player.
Oh, but he'll come here, he'll be different.
No, I was worried. Is that the thought process? And it's like, no, whatever they get, as I thought about it some more, whatever they get out of him offensively, I think they're going to treat it as a bonus.
Gotcha.
But they know that he's obviously done something before where he's been successful.
So where they're going to go, I'm sure they had a level of expectations for Bellinger when you talk about his productivity. So where are they going to get that productivity from if they're not going to get it from Robert?
I think they have to look at that too. I don't think they're done quite yet. But this to me was not.
Are they not quite yet done quite yet, or are they just getting started? It's a difference.
I don't know if they're just getting started. I think they're not done quite yet.
Need a pitcher.
Yeah.
And that's the next shoe we waiting to drop. That's why I hate this slow ass, man. Jeez, it's like watching paint dry.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather see them get Bellinger or maybe this guy for a year and then they add Framber Valdez?
Give me Valdez for $300, Bob. I need an ace.
I agree.
I need an ace. Listen, man, ghost pitch and all that. Man, I ain't seen none of that.
Yeah.
I need a guy that I can put up there that can turn off the water. You know what I'm saying? A guy that I can put on the mound and I'm like, listen, we only got to put up 3 today and we're gonna be good. Singer come back, hurt his toe or his finger? I'm like, what the hell is this dude pulling?
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Way too much.
And look, I'm of the opinion that you make a deal like this, if that's how you're looking at it, I can't argue with this trade. Did they really give up a ton to get him? No. So why not? It helps you defensively. He's got really good speed, and they are not trying to sell you on the idea. That's what I was worried about. What you brought up before, he'll come here and we'll fix him.
Yep.
No.
No, we don't want no more reclamation projects.
Yeah, it's like Teddy Bridgewater in the backup commercial, and he starts talking to the girl about their relationship. You don't need a project. You need a partner.
Damn straight.
You're not a mechanic.
Damn straight.
You don't have to fix him.
I'm just waiting for, it's like we're waiting for this puzzle to come together. Yankees, too. We like, what is Bellinger going to do there? Make a decision.
I kind of get the feeling that maybe Bellinger's not going to have much of an option other than the 5 years, 160. Tom, what do you feel like as a Yankee fan right now with this?
I feel like that a 5+ year for Cody Bellinger will not end well for the Yankees. I think it's a fair price for Cody Bellinger for what he can contribute to the squad. And I think right now, Brian Cashman and the Yankees are kind of in charge here. I think what you just alluded to, in terms of they might not have another choice. Yeah, that could be true. Unless, the Blue Jays sweep in at the last second, then you have yourself a problem.
Now, if the Blue Jays are going to come in and overpay Bellinger, now, I heard Michael talk about this yesterday, that it obviously changes the way that you look at the AL East. At least to me, until Cole comes back. So that changes everything if they're still right there and around and with them. But I can't imagine, I kind of am of the thought, let the Blue Jays go make that mistake. I know that they just were there. And if they feel like that's going to put them back over the top after they lost out on Tucker, go nuts. Have fun with that. I mean, it'll bother you a little bit, But, like, there are certain times where if somebody wants to get stupid, let them get stupid.
Yeah, Cashman. But what's the backup plan if he goes? That's what I want to know. What's the backup plan if Bellinger signs with Toronto? We know that makes them significantly better than you. Or not significantly, but that's taking away, that's helping them and hurting you at the same time, gives them another bat, a defensive, a guy that can play different multiple positions. And he can play, wherever you need him to play, he'll play. Defensively, where do you get that productivity back? Where do you get that leadership from? Like, what about the intangibles that he brings?
You'll have to figure that out. Brian's going to have a lot to answer for. You can play this right now, and I don't blame him for doing what he's doing. I don't. I wouldn't get stupid either.
What's the expectations?
Brian clearly is not concerned about how anybody views him at this point. And he shouldn't be, because what have been any sort of repercussions for anything? Again, this part's not a knock on him. I would love to be in a situation where you were basically in a lifetime contract. That would be great. That would be great.
What is he? What is the Yankees? The Cincinnati Bengals?
I mean, in their own way, but not. Listen, they're the playoffs every year.
No, I'm talking about the stubbornness.
No, I know.
To fire the executive, like lifetime contracts.
The Bengals
gotta hold some people accountable.
They don't want to pay people to not work, and then they don't want to pay people to be great.
It's principle.
Michael just texted, you have a lifetime contract at ESPN Radio.
Oh,
Bruh.
Dougie.
Bruh.
We just don't know where. He's like, Chris.
I'm the nomad.
Chris, Bart, we're going to put you guys at 1:30 in the morning. Like what?
I have no lifetime contract anywhere. Barton Con. What?
Barton contract?
Barton contract. Maybe I got a contract on the brain. His is up before mine, so not much longer, but before that. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
I'm on deck, Claude.
Wednesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Can the Knicks get back on track against the Nets tonight?
It's within our guys, but we all have to do our job for 48 minutes. Doesn't matter who's in the uniform in front of you. You got to do your job.
Are the Mets out of the Cody Bellinger sweepstakes after their trade last night? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the championship round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts means more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Hey, the Patriots are traveling to Denver, and the Rams are traveling to Seattle. What's your feel? Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Caught with a gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. Is it the driver behind the wheel? What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. That's 562-314-4603.
Step inside the game you love with the NBA app. Tap to watch every game as it's happening.
Jalen Brunson does it again!
And never miss a moment of the jaw-dropping action. Get closer to the players than anywhere else. Follow the latest schedules, scores, and stats. Keep up with every story from across the league. And with NBA ID, it's all personalized to you. The game lives here. Download today.
You going to old school. This is like 90s.
Well, you know Tom, he's old school.
Yeah.
That's the definition of Tom Bauer, old school right there.
When's your next concert?
We'll find out. Actually, I do know. That's in 1 month, 3 days grace.
No Slipknot?
No Slipknot, unfortunately. I think they're in Europe this year.
Are you a guy that would take a trip to go see Slipknot somewhere?
If it's close enough, then yeah, I would.
No, but would you like plan a European vacation around that? I got to go see Slipknot. I'm going to see them in Amsterdam.
If it's at a festival, then probably, yeah.
At a it can only be at a festival.
Yeah, then
you rocking out all week.
Yeah.
Man, how much drugs are in the air there, bro?
Oh my God. That'd be insane.
When you come back, I'm gonna pull a hair strand from your head.
Tom, let's talk about the drugs you've done. Want to get into that? What kind of drugs have you done in your life, Tom?
None. I'm good.
Tom Bauer, ladies and gentlemen. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube page. Doug in Jersey is next on ESPN New York. Doug, what do you got, dude?
Hey, good morning, guys. You guys are funny. Hey, listen. Bart, first of all, you need to get you a ghostwriter and document, if you don't have a book out already. Bostadom and 10 toes down. And you need to give this segue how you transform from sports to this. It's important for our culture and other culture, other athletes as they do. You're successful. But on the other hand, I just wanted your take, and I'm proud of you, brother. And I want your take on, was the Randle trade, now we look at hindsight, was it a bad trade for Cat?
I mean,
that's it. I'm out.
I think right now you'd rather have Julius Randle, his toughness, and remember we were hoping out hope that we were going to see what Randle looked like with this team before they made the Cat trade. Remember, we were like, man, like when OG came, we were like, man, they had Randle. They went on that 11-game run, and they looked awesome. And Randle was the type of – everybody was like, well, Randle's a ball stopper. But he's found the way how to play off the ball. Ant-Man holds the ball more than Luka Doncic, you know what I'm saying? And so he's found a way to play off the ball, catch and shoot. And I thought, hindsight, if Mitchell Robinson, that's the problem. You can't depend on Mitchell Robinson to stay healthy to be in the starting lineup and put all those minutes. But they could have found another, maybe another tall guy. Who's the guy that they used to have that's a beast now? The white guy that they never let play. But
Hartenstein, you talking about?
No, not Hartenstein. It's the other one. Yeah, Kolek. Yeah.
Kolek? Okay.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Kolek's a goo gobbler. He's been unleashed. They could have had – see, you speak fluent, Bart. They could have had him and Mitchell Robinson.
Listen.
I think everybody right now, if they can go back, would say, man, I'd much rather have Julius Randle, especially at the price tag. Because then that means you could have got somebody better.
Yeah, I get it. But were they going anywhere with Julius Randle either?
I
understood why they did this.
We never got a chance to see it.
We kind of did over a few years.
No. Remember, he got hurt remember the record they had? They were damn near undefeated with Randle and OG. And then he got hurt, then OG got hurt, and then he never made it back, remember? He had surgery.
Yeah. No, I get that, but
now he's balling out in Minnesota.
I know that he is, but I look at Minnesota, and I think he can have the opportunity to ball out there. When
he's going to take cat shots.
But at the Knicks, you had to go with the better overall talent, and that's what Cat was in the moment.
Well, that's potential.
Well, now Cat had shown himself to be a better player than Julius Randle.
Julius Randle was a back-to-back Eastern Conference All-Star.
I understand that, but
he was 21 and 10 when he was here.
But it's not like Cat has been bad.
He's just a bad mix because he ain't got no toughness. Julius Randle may not be as good of an offensive player as Cat, but Cat ain't even in the same stratosphere as far as rebounding and defense.
No, I get that.
So they got plenty of offense on this team. They need some leadership and some toughness and some defense.
To me right now I think it's very easy to say hindsight 2020 they shouldn't have done that deal. At the moment when they had the chance to get Cat with the talent, with the size, with all of it, I think they had to do it. And I get it. But I think Randle defensively, no doubt, very good player. And offensively, we have seen what he can be at his top. And that's a very, very good player, too. I don't think anybody would have ever doubted, or even at the moment would say who's got more talent between the two of them. That's what you have to kind of abide by when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do.
Cat's going to always get the benefit of the doubt because he's 7 feet.
Well, but now, listen, now I'm ready to move on from Cat. Now I'm done with Cat. This offseason, tell me the truth. 1 year from now, is Cat on the Knicks?
Don't he have an option in 2?
He's got 2. Let's just say he's got 2 years left after this year. He's got a year and a player option, and that player option is at $62 million, something absurd like that. So basically, he's got about 2 years on $120 million left.
Yeah. So I think, who knows, man? That's why I think the offseason, the Giannis trade is definitely going to go through, and they're going to give, especially if they fall short this year. In the offseason, they're going to give up whatever they have to give up, and as long as it doesn't cost you Brunson and maybe OG, everybody else is on the table.
Is there any chance Brunson's playing his way onto the table?
Oh man! How quickly the mighty have fallen.
I'm just probably not, but I'm just saying.
I mean, let's see.
It is Giannis.
Let's see how he ages. You know what I'm saying? Brunson takes a lot of forced contact on his end, but he bangs a lot too. It wears on the body.
Well, that's the problem.
He built like a running back. Running backs usually break down.
And it's the ankle a couple of weeks ago or last week was the same ankle.
Yeah,
it's the same one.
Yeah, they're like Maurice Jones-Drew.
And so are we going to be hobbling through the playoffs, and it's going to just progressively get worse the more you get hit?
And then they just going pick and roll and get you matched up with Cade, 6'6", leaning on that little bitty ass ankle. I just wanted to troll you a little bit.
Really? I couldn't tell. Listen, I can't argue with the player that Cade's becoming. I can't. It's
See,
great.
but this is the thing. I try and tell people things before they happen because they haven't happened yet because they don't see.
All right, but can you understand that when it comes to the Pistons?
But even I said Maxey too.
Oh, okay.
Maxey's going to be a star.
My problem is I know you, and I know where your loyalties lie. So when it comes to your opinions on the Pistons, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to look at it with a little bit of a grain of salt. That's all.
I'm not delusional. And now that Philly's becoming Maxey's team, and then they got that little young dude that might mess around and win Rookie of the Year.
VJ Edgecombe?
Yeah.
Say his name again. VJ?
BJ. VJ.
Yes.
V as in Victor, J. Edgecombe.
Okay.
From Baylor.
Edgecombe.
Yeah.
He might mess around and win Rookie of the Year.
He might. Listen, when I look across the board at what's going on, the Knicks are in trouble. The Knicks are in big trouble.
Damn, Barney Rubble?
They in Barney Rubble. What was Don Cheadle's nickname in that movie? Or what was his
I don't know.
Ocean's 11?
Yeah, I know. You're in Barney Rubble. Trouble.
You're in Rubble. Barney Rubble. Trouble.
Worse.
No, you said you're in Barney.
Yeah.
Barney Rubble. You got to explain it 10 times.
Worse English accent in any movie.
I love Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
That dude can do no wrong to me.
I love him in the Earl Manigault story.
I didn't see that.
It's about this high school legend, street legend that could touch the top of. He used to touch the top of the backboard and make change.
Make change?
Take the change out, like to put the dollar on there and take the change off the top. The Earl Manigault story, and he became a drug addict, and only place he wouldn't shoot was in his calves because he jumped.
You know, I was genuinely
Earl
starstruck.
Manigault.
You know, I was genuinely starstruck when I saw a guy like that. Sweet Pea. Lloyd Daniels. Saw him in the city. City legend. Lloyd Daniels had drug problems, played for Tark, and then went and played for Tark with San Antonio, but a street legend in New York. When I saw him in a pizzeria one time, I was like, damn, Sweet Pea.
Like Pee Wee Kirkland?
I don't know Pee Wee Kirkland.
What? Pee Wee Kirkland didn't even have to play to win a championship.
You didn't know Sweet Pea Daniels. You don't know Lloyd Daniels. Everybody in this audience is screaming at their radio right now.
Look up Pee Wee Kirkland.
Show's over. Michael K. next, ESPN New York.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for limited